Hello, hello, hello. Well, that was interesting to see that guy almost get blown away. Hello, Polo. Welcome. Welcome to the Mimi Show. Come in, everyone. Please share. Yes. My eyes are swole. Hello, Pickles. Hello, Demon Dictator. Hello, CC. Hello, hello. It's so good to see you guys. Hello, Samantha. Is it Samantha or yeah, it's Samantha. Hello, welcome back. Okay. Meghan and Harry latest. Okay, this is what I got for you guys. Mega do. Okay. Let me share my screen. Hello, come on in, everyone. Let's see what's going on with Mega do. Is she okay financially? According to Tom Bauer, is her relationship with Harry on the up and up or on the downy down? Oh, I got a super chat. Attention, everyone. Attention, everyone. Polo's in the house. I got a super chat from Polo. Let's give it up for Polo. Thank you, Polo. Thank you, Polo. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, Polo. 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 Okay, now, for me, where my fans at? Where my fans at? Okay. Where my fans at? Where my fans at? Hello, Lake Erie. Please put some fans and some hearts and some balloons in the chat for Polo for me. Thank you so much, Polo. I really do appreciate it. Wow. We may meet our goal today. We may meet our goal today. We may meet our goal today. Guys, this is going to be a great live, especially if you're missing Meghan content, okay, from your one and only. Hello, it's so good to see you. Thank you guys for putting those hearts in there for Polo. I really do appreciate it. Wake up to love. Wake up, everybody. Wake up, wake up. Okay, it is time to get up and let's talk about it. Uh-oh. Let's talk about it, talk about it, talk about it. Talk about, hi, Lake Erie. Thank you for the hearts. Thank you, Cassandra. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Oh, yes. Thank you, Polo. I really do appreciate it. It means so much to me. It really, really does. So much to me. Thank you. Ain't that right? Rockadoo Little. Rockadoo Little says thank you too. All right, let's get to it. Let me share my screen. let's see. I'm going to... Okay, it says Meghan Markle slam for exploiting daughter Lily to launch as ever product after Netflix rejection. Okay, now we're gonna also look at it, get our own receipts, not just go by what Dan is saying. Because, oh, that's my nephew. Let me show you my nephew real quick. That's my nephew, my sister's son, my baby's sister's son. That's him right there. Oh, and that's my cousin. That's AT2. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, it's good to see you, nephew. Okay. The reason why I came over here. No, I don't see it. I don't see it, Dan Wooden. So could that be AI? Look at her still prancing around and pretending that her father is not in the Philippines with an amputee leg. Look at her. Oh, there's Lily, but you can't see her face. Did you see that? Don't show your face, Lily. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there she goes down there hiding her face again. BTS of our shot for at our home. Mama Little Helper. Oh boy. Look at her. Fake-a-do. Look at this fake photo. I'm really a wonderful mom. Look how I'm looking at her. Isn't she wonderful? Oh, I'm just so wonderful. I'm such a great mom. Oh, look at this. This is so wonderful. Uh-oh. She's desperate. This is one of them desperate moments. Desperate. 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 No, Father, you can't see Lilibet, but you can see their feet and their legs. That's as much as you're going to get, Daddy. It's sad. Sad to do.
The line with Lilibet amid claims Netflix has been left with huge $10 million surplus of her unsold products after split with the streamer. And I mean, this is what's going to happen, isn't it? More and more and more, P. Diner, we see that the only thing she can actually do is really sell her daughter, which is just so awful. I mean, this is the reporting on it. Meghan Markle has posted a sweet photo of her daughter Lilibet in her first dress ever launched since the brand parted ways with Netflix. The Duchess of Sussex shared an intimate glimpse of the 4-year-old holding a flower to announce her new partnership with the luxury floral delivery and gifting brand. The toddler's long red hair can be seen in the snap posted to unveil the collaboration with High Camp Supply, which charges hundreds of dollars for gift boxes. And it's always Lily, isn't it? She has no desire to bring Archie into this because he doesn't work for her commercially. She needs the girl.
Absolutely. I think it's Meghan trying to cultivate a relationship with the public with her daughter, because we know that she's talked about trying to go into business with her daughter
Rock
and
a
to, have
little.
her be the one that is going to be this entrepreneur. And, Meghan is having already big
Elizabeth.
dreams for her daughters. And I think she's planting the seeds for that right now. And I'm sure against Harry's wishes. I can't imagine that Harry is happy about all of the posts that Meghan does with, Lily. But, Meghan is always going to go against anything that Harry wants. It's about what Meghan has thought up in her head that I'm sure she's not even letting Harry in on, that he doesn't even know about. She's planning and plotting constantly, and Harry's not a part of that plan.
Yeah,
And
Megan,
so, yeah,
how's your
she'll use her
father?
daughter, because we're going to see later that, all of this is going to make sense why she kept showing her daughter on social media, because she's definitely, building up to something with her daughter.
Yeah, so what? Is it like, Harry, you keep Archie, but Lily...
What is she building up?
That Meghan does with, Lily. But, Meghan is always going to go against anything that Harry wants. It's about what...
Oh, God. I don't think that Harry objects to this. He doesn't have a backbone. He doesn't have it. He doesn't have a backbone. Harry doesn't have a voice. So it really doesn't matter what Meghan does, because Meghan can do whatever she wants to. We've established that. Even in his book, he said that Camilla said that Harry was brainwashed. She brainwashed him. Samantha says she'll use her, then abuse her. Oh, God. Yeah, like just keep her out of it. How is Meg working with flowers outdoors? We have a heat wave. Oh, wow, says Pickles. Terry says, hey, Lady Letitia. Hello, Terry. It's so good to see you. Polo says, he doesn't have any say so at all. Harry has no say so. He has no backbone. He has no say so. He has no authority. He has nothing. He can't say anything and it mean anything. She's first. Everything that she says goes. And nothing he does is a go. She made them move from the United Kingdom to Montecito. It was her decision to split the family apart, and he doesn't have a relationship with his brother, his father, his sister-in-law, his niece and nephews. Like, how do you not have a relationship with them? It's like, what the heck a do? I missed my appointment like so many times. Sorry. And okay. Everybody's on notice that I have an appointment on Monday at 6:30. Wow, I keep missing my appointment. It sucks. And I know my doctor is getting to the point where he's like, look, I'm going to have to charge you for missing your appointment. Hello, highly sensitive. Welcome. Welcome to the Flowery Dew. They said it's a heat wave where you are, Megan, with these flowers. Because she's fake. She's fake. Yes, it is. It's so good to see you guys. So let's get back.
Meghan has thought up in her head that I'm sure she's not even letting Harry in on, that he doesn't even know about. She's planning and plotting constantly,
all the time.
and Harry's not a part of that plan. And so, yeah, she'll use her daughter, because we're going to see later that, you know, all of this is going to make sense why she kept showing her daughter on social media, because she's definitely, you know, building up to something with her daughter.
Yeah. So what is it like, Harry? You keep Archie, but Lily's our moneymaker.
Right. Yeah. She's going to do it. She's
They
going to
both are
actually be
money
like the
maker. I'm gonna do what the hell I
Kardashians, like
wanna
Kris.
do.
She's going to be the momager, and she's going to try.
She's gonna do what the hell she wants to do. Meghan is the controller. I'm the boss. I say what goes, goes. And if I want Lily on the front page of the magazine of a spready do, then that's what it's going to be. Harry has no say in nothing. He hasn't a voice. God. I ask my husband all the time for his advice when it comes to our little bit. Like, what do you think we should do about this? And what do you think we should do about that? And what do you think about this? And what do you think about that? Like, and we make the decisions together. Not this, oh, I'm going to do what I want to do when I get ready to do it. And Harry has no say in it. She brainwashed him and removed him from his entire family. He left his grandmother when she was in her last days of being sick and on this earth. He left during a time when the family was probably vulnerable because they knew she was sick. And not only was she sick, her beloved was sick too. And Meghan came in there and started making everything about herself. Yeah, she sure did. Demon Dictator says, if she does try and merch Lily and the royal family might have something to say. You think they would care? Interesting.
Be like the Kardashians, like Kris. She's going to be the momager, and she's going to try to use her daughter to make money and to have an impact.
Look at the picture. It just looks so controlled. Look straight at me, Lily. Don't look to the left or to the right. Look straight at me.
Empire like the Kardashians, and model, Kris Jenner's, business model. And I think that's what she's trying to do with the girl, because Meghan is very pro girl, right? It's all about the girl, the women, our voices. And that's what she's trying to do with the girl. So, yeah, we see what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue she pretends to be pro-girl because, I mean, all of the staff members who she bullies, all of the friends who are ghosted are girl.
Bully. The bully. The bully girl. Polo says he doesn't have any say-so. Highly Sensitive says, hello, Adu, LL. Debbie says, Pickles, Meg is a wonder she's able to do anything. Terry says, and good to see you too. Oh, if she does try and merch Lily and the royal family might have something to say, says Demon Dictator. Like and share the video, guys. Like and share the video. Okay, we're going to dig a little deeper. Yeah, I'm with Debbie on that. Is there a law already in place? You know? All right, let's move on to the next video.
Regarding Andrew, I think he should be treated like everybody else. If this was like your next door neighbour and you found out that he'd been messing about and sexually assaulting girls, despite the fact that he denies it, he would be hung, drawn and quartered. So why shouldn't Andrew be hung, drawn and quartered? You know, at the end of the day,
Meghan unveils new as ever line with Lilybet amid claims Netflix has been left with huge $10 million surplus of her unsold products after split with the.
You know, at this point, Meghan and Harry, this is fascinating. When they left the royal family in 2020, yes, they could have commanded $1 million fees. The next year, it went down to $500,000. The year after that, it went down to $250,000. Meghan and Harry can now command a whopping $50,000, which, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that because I like 50 grand. But then again, I'm not married to a prince and living in a house that's worth $28 million.
Hello.
The damning revelations keep coming.
Again.
So,
you know, at this point, Meghan and Harry, this is fascinating. When they left the royal family in 2020, yes, they could have commanded $1 million fees. The next year, it went down to $500,000. The year after that, it went.
When they left the royal family, they were at $1 million status, where they could command $1 million moments, that such as $1 million to hear me speak, hear Prince Harry speak, or command $1 million to do this or do that. Like, they had that status. And that's why in the beginning, Netflix and Spotify was throwing out all these millions and millions of dollars to Meghan and Harry. Come to find out, they had no talent, no real deal information about the royal family, just a whole bunch of hogwash and liar-doos, you know. But now their popularity has dropped so badly that they can't demand these $1 million sessions or do a commercial for $1 million or whatever the case may be. They're in the $50,000 range. And if that, because if I had a company or my company wanted to use Harry, not Meghan, to say a speech that we create for him, because he doesn't know what he's talking about when he's talking. And so half of that, maybe 25,000, if not, no, maybe 5,000. You know, the value of them are going down. Now, Catherine and William can command anything, but see, they're too classy for that. They're not going to charge you to be a speaking engagement, because that's not the things that they do. They don't merch themselves like that. Meghan does. And it does make her look a little trashy.
Down to $250,000. Meghan and Harry can now command a whopping $50,000, which
50,000. A whopping 50,000 to have Harry speak at a function of yours. 50,000. Who's going to have Harry speak at their functions for 50,000? He was at 200,000. Now he's at 50,000. He can't command a room. He wouldn't be able, people won't pay for that. A company would not be able to recoup their money back from that type of situation. I would guess normal child labor laws apply, but I'm guessing royal children would be protected, as they are easier to be taken advantage of due to their heritage. You don't remember, but I can't remember the Lord over it. So she's talking about how much they're worth. How much they're worth. When I used to work, when I was working, I would book people like Harry to come speak at like a seminar or a mostly seminars. Like we would probably have him talk about, some success story he had or whatever, on being good at whatever he's good at, to encourage the salespeople, whatever. But my point is that he's not pulling in the money he needs to pull in to be able to take care of the family household. Is he making enough? What do you guys think? Tom Bauer doesn't seem to think so.
I mean, I wouldn't say no to that because I like 50 grand. But then again, I'm not married to a prince and living in.
She said, I wouldn't turn it down. Neither would I. 50,000, that'd be great. What would you like for me to say? But you're married to a prince. That's it. That's all you're going to get is 50,000. It's shameful. It's not a lot of money. It just goes to show you how your fame and popularity has decreased, has gone down the tubby-doobs. That's not a good look. And I believe it has something to do with the way she treats her family and the way that she is brainwashed Harry's into losing his friends, his family, his home, his popularity. He's a frog now. He's a traitor. He mirrors her. I like this lady. She's good. I like what she has to say.
In a house that's worth $28 million.
A house.
The damning revelations keep coming.
$28 million.
At this point, Meghan and Harry, this is fascinating. When they left 50 grand, but then again, I'm not married to a prince and living in a house that's worth $28 million.
The damning revelations.
All right, let's move on.
At this point, Meghan and Harry.
Oh,
this is fascinating. When they left the royal family in 2020, yes, they could have commanded $1 million fees. The next year, it went down to $500,000. The year after that, it went down to $250,000. Meghan and Harry can now command a whopping $50,000, which, I mean, I wouldn't say no to that because I like 50 grand. But then again, I'm not married to a prince and living in a house that's worth $28 million.
Ooh.
Yikes. Oh my goodness, this story is wild. Devastating headlines from the Showbiz Bible Variety magazine about Meghan Markle, who has infuriated Netflix with her attitude, her behavior, and her horrible viewing figures as her deal with the streaming giant collapses and her relationship.
Are you saying that Netflix is getting tired of Meghan and they're upset with her behavior? Is that what you're telling us, Mark? Hold on, guys. Wow. That is something. Whoa. Rewind the clock back. Mark is saying that Netflix bosses, let's see, Netflix bosses are fed up by Harry and Meghan Sketchy Reports says, oh my goodness, this is something.
Yikes. Oh my goodness, this story is wild. Devastating headlines from the Showbiz Bible Variety magazine about Meghan Markle, who has infuriated Netflix with her attitude, her behavior, and her horrible viewing figures as her deal with the streaming giant collapses and her relationship with the company that once paid her millions reaches the point of no return.
Wow, they are at each other's throats, it looks like. Like, how did you not see this coming? Of course, Meghan was going to get upset about the whole shenanigans about
Variety
Netflix,
magazine are done
about Netflix and how she was treated. Oh, it was a mutual decision, us breaking off with each other. Then it was all these excuses. And the Netflix is like, no, we're just done with you because we don't want your story anymore. It's boring, just like you. And it's an overdue. Okay? It's an overdue. We don't want it. We don't want to hear about your story by the lake. We don't want to hear about none of that. We don't want to have nothing else to do with you, Megadu. But no.
With Meghan Markle. What next for the Duchess of Double Standards? Who better to ask than Rupert Bell, Talks royal correspondent. Good evening, Rupert.
Good evening, Mark.
Nice to see you at a civilized hour of the day.
Well, I'm always up early when I see you at the weekend. No problem. The sun's rising at 6 o'clock. I like to be up with the lark.
And I'm glad you rise as well. You were very, very much a morning person, Rupert.
Yeah, but maybe Netflix are in mourning about Meghan, or not, as the case may be, judging by the headlines. I think we've got to look through the spin here. Both sides are now trying to sort of say it was a mutual parting of the ways and that it was all sort of understanding.
It was a mutual part of the ways. I told you, we're mutually decided that the best thing for us to do is to separate ourselves from each other. But now you hear these stories coming out that, it was Netflix that kicked her to the curb. It was never mutual. Netflix didn't want you. They don't want you. It's over. Your as ever moment as a Hallmark girl didn't fit with it didn't fit. It was a fake-a-do. How you gonna Hallmark it and then you didn't Hallmark your way over to the Philippines to see your dad, but you're gonna do it on display on, I'm gonna pretend that I'm this wonderful, wonderful person, and I'm gonna make Christmas just wonderful as ever, and love Meghan. But my father's in the hospital about to lose a whole leg a do. A whole leg a do. And she won't even pick up the phone and say, hey, Dad, I heard about what was going on. Sorry to hear that. Yeah, whatever. Okay, bye. You know, She lied and said, I don't have his number. I don't have my dad's number. He said he has the same number. He has the same number he's had since before you were born, because he wanted to make sure that if ever you needed to get in contact with him, you would have that same phone number. So it's the same phone number that you had before. You think you can remember that and give your daddy a call, or no? Because some of the people in the chat yell out, call your dad, call your father. Call your father a do. But oh no, that's not going to happen. So how are we supposed to think that she is some wonderful guiding light person that's in the garden, that loves people, that's going to run to the hospital and check on you if you're not well and pretend? Pretendy-do. She's a pretend-do.
Yes, a variety have gone hot deep in the headlines, but actually, I suppose you have to look at it and say Netflix got something out of the Sussexes, but we have to be brutally honest.
Netflix didn't get a poop out of these two. Nothing. Heartache and pain. What did they get? That documentary that was a lie-a-thon, the liar memory. That thing was a lie. They lied so, and then they lied again. That's when they said that were racist. Remember, the mom said pure racism, and then everybody tried to pretend like it wasn't racism. It was what they call it, unconscious bias. Yes, they didn't know they were being racist, but they were. What the? Okay, I'm back on the screen. Okay.
Since the documentary, what have they done that's good? Because with all due respect,
since the documentary, and that wasn't good. I don't know what the hell he's talking about. Since the documentary where Meghan said that the family was racist, and her and Harry was living in pretend land, like they were just this wonderful couple. That was back then. But a lot of people watched it. A lot of people want to see what she had to say. But then when they realized she was opening her mouth, they realized that she was telling stories that wasn't true.
As ever, cooking program was an absolute, well, I mean, I don't know.
Did you pick up any recipes? Have you been using more flour sprinkles lately?
Well, I always talk to my wife. She's basically, whenever we have dinner, we look to elevate, which is the key phrase from Meghan's world. But we've never yet resorted to flour sprinkles. And it was anodyne. It was trite. It had nothing to commend it. And I've just watched an Instagram post that she's put on today. It looks like now she's out to show that she's the greatest flower arranger of all time. So it looks like they're clutching at straws. And Netflix, I think, have just verbalized what most people think. And they run a very, well, it's a business. They're out to make money. You know, they've got the new Peaky Blinders film. They've got things that drive an audience. Yet, with Meghan does not drive an audience. And the programs have been, and they're just going, enough is enough. And yet, you know, they've said they were going to launch with the brand or the products. Well, these products are also pretty ordinary. They haven't been able to sell anything. So I think I can understand why Netflix has said enough is enough, but we'll try and put a positive PR spin on it, which is what seems to be coming out from Netflix. Meghan saying, and the Duchess of Sussex's team are saying, well, we're looking to go in a slightly different direction, which is speak for something like, you know,
yes.
This ain't working.
No,
you know, if you
definitely.
look at business speak is saying between both parties, this ain't working. Go and plow your own furrow.
Yes, most definitely. Well, we've all been there. It's a difficult business, showbiz.
Yeah.
The problem with this story, Rupert, is that the magazine itself, Variety, is very much the entertainment Bible in the US. It's the showbiz Bible. So the reports of Meghan's behavior, the viewing figures, and the fact that Netflix reportedly are done with the couple will be very hurtful to Meghan and will dent her pride.
Yeah, and I think they do have a problem within the sort of California Hollywood set in that what does she actually offer? It appears now she's having to sell herself to appear at 3,000 Australian dollar weekends in Sydney. Which is not a great look, is it? I mean, if you're hawking yourself out for...
It's not a great look. It's like she's pimping herself out. She's going to Australia and there's $3,000 a meal to be next to her. Me and Snowdrop was going to go and write a few notes to her and ask her, number one, is she going to go visit her father or is she going to talk to her father? Which one? Or was she at all? Like, honestly, what kind of daughter is that would just mistreat you this way and pretend like you're not even there anymore? Just, it really blows my mind. Let's see what else they're saying.
To go to Sydney and asking the people of Australia to fork out £3,000 for a Friday till Sunday morning shindig in a hotel in Sydney. It smacks of desperation.
Rupert,
It does smack of desperation, but not only does it smack of desperation, but it also it makes her look cheap. Doesn't it, the love? It makes her look cheap. She's, $3,000 to sit at the table with me. Like, that is something Catherine wouldn't do. First of all, Catherine wouldn't be making any scam jam. And a lot of things Catherine wouldn't be doing. But it's just not becoming of a duchess, the things that she does. Is becoming tacky. Yep, you're becoming a little tack. Cheap, tacky, just, desperate. Do you want to eat with me? What if you get some cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs that come in there and want to eat next to you and really tell you about yourself? Like, yeah, girl, you need to call your dad and you need to be a little bit more respectful and apologize to the royal family for your bad behavior. And we know what happened at Netflix. Just somebody to sit there and just really tell her about herself, because she's in denial.
I'd pay $3,000 for a weekend with you.
Well, that's very kind.
If for no other reason.
See, he would rather spend $3,000 with Rupert than to spend $3,000 eating next to Meghan at a dinner. She can't even get the $3,000. Where's the Sussex squad? Can we go to a Sussex squad page? How do I look for a Sussex squad page? Let me see. Sussex squad. Meghan, Sussex squad. Okay, here we go. Prince Harry and Duchess Meghan. Netflix shuts down Harry and Meghan fallout. That doesn't sound nice.
There are no small guests, only small audiences. Or is it there's no small part, only small actors? Okay. Well, I took a nice nap. Producers that I know of, at least not from the Academy of Motion Picture Arts and Sciences. I don't think there is an award for producers, but producers are an integral part. I'm excited for the other people that get them. You know, take some pictures, share that with us, but it can't be me.
Is this a Sussex squad?
It can't be me, but I'm excited for the other people. But yeah, so their relationship with Netflix continues. Don't worry about these all the noise that you're hearing from other people. They have been an incredible asset to the Netflix. Their celebrity, the weight of their celebrity has brought a lot of people over to Netflix, and that continues. And also, Netflix, if you think about how ridiculous this is, Netflix has made a
Oh, they're in denial. I don't want to get struck, but they're in denial. They're over there patting them on the back and saying that Netflix is not in, they're not upset or anything like that. Or they're getting along with Netflix and Netflix is glad to have them. They're lying. Catherine is not a celebrity. Meghan is trying to be a celebrity. That's right. That's right. You're absolutely right, Debbie. But did you catch that? Did you catch that?
fortune from the Crown. Have they not? I mean, I don't think the Crown is very accurate most days, but as a drama, as a reimagined story of actual events, I think it's excellent. The first 3 seasons of The Crown, I thought they were absolutely amazing, excellent. But then it went into a bit of a downward spiral, especially after the Queen died. It was just like not so good anymore. They were trying to do too much. I believe after the Queen died, they began writing their scripts from Clarence House or Kensington Palace, and it's not unusual for the firm. It's not unusual for the firm to make their appearance in the writing room, literally and figuratively. They become part of the writers. We've learned this from Meghan, actually. If you recall, the firm wanted Rachel Zane to be a little bit less sexy. They wanted Rachel Zane with higher collars and longer skirts and all that kind of stuff. And they got their way. They got their way. That's why I always tell you guys, I would love to be able to say, you know, F the firm. Harry and Meghan are not over there anymore.
After
Anybody
term,
that turns their back on a powerful institution like that is a fool. Is a fool. And I'm going to go as far as to say those people are dangerous. The people that work for them are even worse.
they're the fools. Okay, wrong fool. Commentator. Meghan and Harry are the fools. They left the firm and got unpopular.
Anytime someone takes security from an infant and their parents.
Oh my God. Did you hear that? Someone that takes, she said, someone that takes security from an infant and their parents. Did you hear that, Debbie? She said, for someone to take security from a baby and from their parents, and that's not true. No one took security from them. They left. They left. They put themselves in a situation. They said they were going to fend for themselves. And Archie, every child had security. When they go over there to visit, they've never been over there to visit, so there's no sense of having security coming over. But you're in the United States now, baby. You got to pay for your own security. You knew that when you left, but you lied. No, I don't remember winning anything.
In the middle of the wilderness, figuratively speaking, of course.
Oh, okay. Like that really makes sense. No security for you, Archie, because of the color of your skin. No security for you, Meghan and Harry, because you left the firm. That makes no sense. We're going to make sure Meghan and Harry are okay. But when it comes to the baby, don't protect the baby. Make that make sense.
In the middle of a global pandemic where most people are locked inside their homes, you don't want to turn your back on people like that. I said what I said.
Turn their back? Didn't they leave the firm? Didn't they run off to Canada? And then Canada had to pay for their security for a while? Oh.
And I say that with my full chest. You don't turn your back on people like that. Now, I can't tell the Sussexes what is up and down, but that is just the benefit of my opinion. You cannot underestimate those people. There's too much history there. Way too much history. I don't want to give them more credit than what they deserve, but I'm not going to underestimate them either. Dangerous people. Let's see, I made this comment on other videos, but keep in mind, Variety, Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Rolling Stone, etc., are owned by a billionaire MAGA. Yeah, that Penske guy. I didn't know that was his name, but yeah, this guy owns a mountain of publications, almost to the point, if you name like the top 50 publications, it's easier for you to say what he doesn't own than what he does own. So a lot of these publications are speaking from one voice, from one source. Just like with the movies, just like with the news, or if you just want to say the media covering music, the news, motion pictures and television, there's just a handful of people that own everything. And of course, they find an image of Harry and Meghan looking rich and out of touch, looking as though they are just so in love with each other, they don't see the world around them. You have another one where they're off on a ski holiday, not that they were actually working, but of course that's meant to be a ski holiday. And of course, there they are with those Netflix cameras again, another negative connotation.
Exactly,
and then of course,
Debbie.
At some point, it all ends in tears because now they realize the folly of their efforts. I mean, there's a whole entire storyline with this headline here. They were rich and privileged. They were in love and didn't pay attention to what was going on around them. They were taking frequent ski holidays and enjoying the camera and the attention. And then finally, it ends in tears. Once you learn how to read these things, then you cannot unsee it. You cannot unsee it. But listen, to be able to read this properly, you have to remove the emotional triggers. I know that's not easy.
What?
But just remember, it's not exactly personal for some. It's just money. And then for others, earn their keep because this needed to be dealt with fast. Because you don't want to go out of the country with a bunch of baggage. You don't want to go out of the country with clouds over your head. That's no way to start a trip abroad. So the Netflix Sussex relationship has been beneficial to everyone that's involved. And like I keep saying over and over again, I don't know how you can say someone is losing if the check cleared. I still don't get how that happens. I mean, I know that sounds a bit crass and maybe even tacky when I say that, but it's the truth. It is the truth. This is the United States. This is not the UK. We are a meritocracy. We believe in hard work and earning lots of money. And we don't hate on people earning money. We ask them, how'd you do that? Tell me everything. That's all we want to know is it available for us too? How'd you do that? That's why people make a fortune with those seminars and classes and such, because they want to help you.
So what is she going to do?
Help
now?
them. Stay away from negative people. Stay away from people that do not want to see you succeed. That's why Harry and Meghan are in a great position, because they are surrounded by.
Is that she can't succeed? Is she's having a very difficult time succeeding with her scamajam and with her sprinkles and with her as ever and her with Love Meghan. She's not succeeding.
Other successful people.
That's not success.
And do not underestimate Harry's ability to adapt, to learn, to
Harry's ability to adapt and to learn. Adapt
master the game. Do not underestimate him, because let's face it, this guy has flown one of the most complicated pieces of military hardware. I don't know if
what does that got to do with him living in Montecito?
If you guys understand how flying a helicopter works, but it's something that you.
So he's flown. I thought he wasn't a helicopter person. He's able to fly something. He has helicopter flying capabilities, guys. Let me know, Debbie.
Doing with both hands and both feet. Okay? You're doing it coordinating with your hands and your feet. You become one with the machine. And that's something that his dim-witted brother, he can fly those basic helicopters. Harry could practically turn that thing up.
Basic helicopters. And why are you comparing them? That's just so immature.
Upside down, which is not even what those things are supposed to do. But he was exceptional.
I've yet to see Harry fly a plane. Am I correct? Yeah, like does Harry know how to fly?
Gifted. And of all people, Big Back Becky English said so herself. She said so herself before she, turned into a Oompa Loompa. So
Oompa Loompa.
I say these things because I don't want you guys to suffer under the weight of all of this negativity, because everything is very different from what the tabloids would have you believe. But yeah, they're still the it couple, the ideal couple, and people respond to the way they respond to each other. Netflix has stepped in to swat down yet another overcooked variety narrative, making it clear its partnership with Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex isn't falling apart. Speaking at the company's next on Netflix presentation, Chief Content Officer Bella Bajara confirmed that the multi-projects remain in development across television, film, and documentary. Her remarks follow a wave of recent reports suggesting the streamer had begun distancing itself from the couple. The message from Netflix was clear. The relationship continues. Now, here's a quote from Bella Bajara. Netflix Chief Content Officer Bella Bajara on Wednesday batted down, that is, reporting that the streamer has been distancing itself from Markle and Prince Harry. She said, I would say, don't believe whatever you read. That's what she says. She said about the recent stories in Variety reporting on Netflix falling out with the Montecito-based couple. Maybe we should all do a little fact checking, but here's the thing. We still have a relationship with them. We have movies in development with them. We have an amazing documentary with them. They have things in development on the TV and film side. But Bajara added, deals come and go all the time, and we don't renew so many deals. And those
deals come and go all the time. No, what happened is that Netflix don't want you anymore. Your deal is gone, girlfriend. And now you're trying to downplay it and pretend like you didn't just get fired by Netflix, but you did.
Don't get as much press for obvious reasons. I guess So there's no juicy story here. Now that is a quote directly from her. There's no
I didn't
juicy
think he
story
was
here.
flying anything.
And that was Bella Bajara
He's not telling the truth.
quoted in the Hollywood Reporter.
Don't be making up stories. Where are your receipts? Harry can't fly a plane, and he can't fly it upside down.
Bajara's comments echoed earlier statements from Netflix, which had already described reports of a falling out as inaccurate. So Netflix shut down fallout narrative as media claims unravel. Hollywood is a ruthless business.
They haven't shut down
Netflix
anything.
is not a charity and does not keep people around out of kindness, sentiment, or obligation. If the company wanted to cut ties with Prince Harry and Meghan Sussex, it would do so without hesitation. Instead, its chief content officer, Bella Bajara, publicly said, "Don't believe what you read. Don't believe whatever you read. We have movies in development with them. We have an amazing documentary with them. They have things in development on the TV and film side." That was not vague.
Oh my God, stop the BS. This is not true. They don't have all this going on. They don't have films going on the side. They don't have movies going on the side. None of that's going on the side. The only thing they had going on was with Love Meghan, and that's over with. Nobody's even watching it. Keep the truth the truth.
In hand anonymous reporting. This is verifiable information coming from Netflix. What made this episode stand out even further was not just the tone of the reporting, but the fact that the original Variety story already included on the record denials from both Netflix and the Sussex's attorney. That was in the Variety story. Those statements were clear, yet they were sidelined in favor of anonymous claims that drove the headlines for many publications. It created the impression that unnamed sources were being given more weight than verifiable attributed responses. Isn't that something? The information was there, but that's not what they would put on the big headline. So Deadline, following up, only sharpened that is a contrast. In fact, it undercut the central narrative, despite operating within the same Penske media group as Variety and the Hollywood Reporter. The shift was noticeable and frankly welcome. The earlier piece had leaned heavily on unattributed commentary, and it quickly gained traction online, with readers repeating its claim as fact. You know, this is the kind of stuff that a deranger, they won't even read it before they share it with someone. And they may not read it, but then they too will add that to their social media feed. That reaction speaks to a wider pattern. Stories about Harry and Meghan Sussex often gather momentum before the details are fully verified, then require correction and clarification once the full picture emerges. In this case, the gap between what was claimed and what was confirmed was difficult to ignore. Which, by the way, the United States is in a military conflict, or if you want to say it like this, a war. And yet, for several hours yesterday, the US version of the Daily Mail had this if you opened up the app. That is what you would see once the app was opened. Not war, not bombs and explosions, but Netflix done with the Sussexes. That was so important. While lives are lost, they thought it was more important to, I guess...
well, they thought it was important to tell the truth because Meghan will, you know, grift and make believe and say, oh no, me and Netflix, we're mutually not together anymore. It was a mutual decision. No, it was a company decided to kick you to the curb. They kick you to the curb.
Whet people's appetite with this idea that it's all going to come crashing down. And who was that? Was it Ingrid Seaweed that said, I'm just afraid that in 5 years, it's all going to end in tears?
It is
what one of those people said, that I'm afraid it's going to all end in tears. While the Sussexes just keep on keeping on.
No, they're going to end in tears.
And it's not illegal. It's unethical, but it's not illegal that a person can own several publications, one contradicting the other, all of them part of a universe, like the Marvel universe, right? You know, the way the Marvel comics, how they all seem to feed off of each other, how they are all part of a much greater story. Well, that's how these tabloids are. The Hollywood Reporter, Deadline, Variety. And there's a lot of people that trust the name Variety because, it goes back such a long way. But that is what's so sinister about these right-wingers buying these, historic, old, very well-known publications. And then they hire a bunch of reporters from the British tabloids. I mean, that is a huge export. Reporters from the British tabloids. And they really do an effective job of driving public opinion. I'd be lying if I said it doesn't work, but it does. It does. It is very difficult to combat it. It's always difficult to disprove a negative, that they have been sold a bill of goods. But if they're a nasty, hostile person, it comes easy. I look at some of the content creators. Oh my goodness. I had the misfortune of seeing this woman who hates Oprah Winfrey. Hates her. I mean, she literally cannot stand Oprah Winfrey. I mean, she's made some very valid points, but she also had an agenda. And then it wasn't long before I scrolled through her previous videos, and there they were, Harry and Meghan. And not just Harry and Meghan. She, in particular, has it in for anyone who is rich, Black, and successful. That is her number one target. That is her number one target. If you're Black and successful, she's going to tear you down. She's going to find every possible way. And then, okay, this is also something that I heard from another hater, where they admitted, this is not exactly what I wanted to talk about. I didn't start this channel. They said, I didn't start this channel to talk about these things. But when I tried to figure out what you all are going to respond to, I find myself right back here with Harry and Meghan, or Oprah Winfrey, or Venus and Serena Williams. And of course, everybody else you can think of, mostly those of African descent. That is a
No, they just happen to be. I hate when they try to correlate with that and say, oh, they happen to be of African descent, so they're racism. Stop it.
Common thread is that it's not only that they find it easy, but they also have an agenda because of their right-wing values, because of their nationalist values. It's very easy for them to target certain people. And she was frustrated because she couldn't go back and find episodes of Oprah that she can build a case with. Oprah was really smart. Oprah has very deep pockets. And if you try to find certain episodes of Oprah Winfrey, you'll get one if you can find it. Because a lot of her stuff has been scrubbed from the internet, and it can be done. And Beyonce is also very good at having things removed. And it may not seem right that they do that, but let me tell you, I think it's better than the alternative, and that is having these things used against you. Because not everybody is there to tell the truth. Some people are just there to destroy you. Some people are just there to destroy you. They're not interested in truth. They're not interested in fairness. They are interested in the wholesale destruction of you. So if you can afford to take down those things, I say you should. Oh my goodness, Joan Lawman, what have you done? Joan Lawman has just gifted 5, being recognized by people that want to bring more comfort and more beauty into their lives. And so even I have like a kit full of glue and little accessories that I thought I was going to do a project and all that kind of stuff.
Where's her bookmark?
Are you having fun, my love? Archie. think you can.
It's so weird how I see this totally different from how they seeing it. Like, this doesn't reek success. This doesn't reek like, whoa, she's putting some flour in a vase. Whip-de-doo. As ever, sprinkles and honey. No one's buying it. No matter how you put it together. There's the back of Lily. Now this, I guess they're mocking Catherine.
Kate very well could have been a flight attendant. I mean, you just take a look at what she wore today to greet the delegation, the leader of Nigeria, and she could have fit right in at Pan Am or Braniff. Oh man, you are old if you remember Braniff Airlines.
Look at that.
Braniff. That was a real company out of Texas.
She's not running around looking wrinkled like your girl. Meghan is a wrinkle dinkle. And look at Catherine. She's not wrinkled. She looks great. Look at her hat. Looks perfect.
For their uniforms. And take a look there at Kate. I told you, I could just imagine Kate working as a flight attendant. Doing that presentation, a safety presentation before the flight.
Yeah, but guess what? She's not a flight attendant. And she doesn't need to be a flight attendant. And not only doesn't she need to be, but Meghan may need to be because she's running out of money. So who needs to be the flight attendant?
I mean, so what if some people don't know exactly what she's talking about? It doesn't matter. She'll do a lot of hand gestures.
Netflix said, get out of here. It's over. Now what has she got? The nerve of you, the dog, any profession. The nerve.
Right? And I'm pretty sure you'll figure out what she means.
She looks gorgeous.
Imagine briefing the press that you run the show only to be left standing outside the marquee like an extra. That is interesting, isn't it? William wants everybody to believe that he's the brains behind the operation, right? That he's the one that's coming up with all the tough choices for his Uncle Andrew. Yeah, that he's telling his father what should.
He is a part of the brains. He is a part of the monarchy. He is a part of the next generation. And he is almost the next king and queen of England. And then what are you going to be saying? Nothing.
Should and should not happen. And yet, when greeted by a world leader, the so-called global statesman is standing off to the side with the air hostess. Not very dignified, I'm afraid. Not very dignified. Yes, I know there are certain protocols, but
how is this not dignified? Oh, she looks so gorgeous.
You know, those things can adjust either way.
Everybody.
I think Will and Kate should have just been in a position not so visible. You know what I mean? There was no real reason why they had to be there.
Honey.
I know that the government has their way of doing things. I know the royal family has their way, but traditions are made to be broken. I mean, look at Camilla. She shouldn't be up there. She should be working in one of them houses. You know, like if somebody refers to her as madam, they can really mean what they say and say what they mean. You know what I'm saying? Madam Parker Bowles. Madam. Oh, well. But this is part of that ongoing series called, Yes, This Is Really Your Life, Kate. This is really your life. Earlier today, she was kind of caught off guard, or yesterday, should I say. Looking sad and pitiful, a little lost in her thoughts she were, because she's on the edge. Every day she's moving closer and closer to the edge. This is not exactly what she wanted. You cannot tell me that stepping into that marriage all those years ago that she would find monotonous things like this to be interesting. Because they're not. Who knows where she would.
You have no idea what's going on in Catherine's head, Missy. You're just making up stuff. I know, right? Why didn't she have her bookmarks? So tacky. Prince Harry passed his helicopter training and qualified as a fully operational Apache helicopter pilot, achieving the role of Apache helicopter commander in 2013. He underwent extensive training. So can he fly it or not? She looks beautiful.
Rather be, but not here. Not here. But I do often wonder exactly what is she thinking about? How did it all get so bad? What went wrong? How comes it seems like my husband is not so interested in me?
Oh, God.
Why is he always taking?
He's not interested in her. Her husband. Someone's sounding jealous.
Trips with his friends.
At least he has some. Meghan Markle's husband doesn't have any friends. She's kicked them all to the curb. At least he has a friend.
Air quotes, friends. Who knows? And then, of course, emaciated. Is that the word I'm looking for? Exhausted and emaciated. If you're not happy, it is going to come out one way or the other. I believe that 20.
The nerve of her to say these two aren't happy and pretend like Harry and Meghan are. The nerve. Please don't even go there.
24 was a very bad year for Kate. She may have had surgeries, or maybe she didn't. I don't know. We have to allege those things, but
yes, you do.
It just seems to me like she's a deeply unhappy person, and it seems to me that her husband is even worse. The only thing that they have going for themselves is that they have each other and they have kids that they share. But other than that, not much enthusiasm over in Camp Wells's, is it? Not much at all. It kind of whets the appetite where you just really want to know what goes on over at the Forest Lodge.
None of your business.
Whatever it is, I hope they shield it from those kids as long as possible.
Oh, the nerve. The nerve of you to talk about anybody's kids, and we can't even see Meghan's. They're in hide-a-do.
Prefer those kids like any child would have a very...
they're having a very fulfilled life with two loving parents that care about them and allowing them to see the world.
Good upbringing, right? Instead of a bunch of negativity going back and forth between Willie and his pa, Willie and Kitty and whoever else. They don't deserve that. Let those kids be kids. I know they look like...
Oh my God, the nerve of this woman to say, let the kids be kids. And Meghan them are hiding theirs in a dungeon in Montecito.
They escaped from Madame Tussauds, right?
All right, we're going in the other room. Okay, we're going in the other room. Okay, we're hitting it. We're going into a new room. I don't know what happened. So we're getting up. We're doing really good. What is that fell? Oh, the fan. Okay, here we go. Can you guys hear me? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear me or do. All right, we're going in the other room. Whoopee! Ooh. All right. Wow, interesting take on Catherine and William saying that they're not going to be together and all this crazy stuff. What's that noise? Oh, my husband's making a corn dog. He must be hungry. You hungry, honey? Hungry, hungry hippo. Okay, I gotta go get my bell. You can ring my bell. Ring my bell. Ring a ding a ding. Whoa! Ring my bell. Ring my bell. Oh, little bit of been at Grandma's house for almost a week now. I don't know what I'm gonna do when she gets back. But I hope she's having a good time with Grandma. Woo! Ring my bell. Woo! What did that mean what she was saying about Catherine and William and trying to say that Catherine and William's relationship isn't real? That's that stupid stuff. We all know that Catherine and William have a beautiful relationship. I got my fan. My eyes feel swollen for some odd, forsaken reason. Ooh, let's see. Come on, let's go. Let's move it or lose it, computer. Let's move it or lose it. Okay, guys, it's so good to see you. I'm pulling back up my page here. Give me a second to do. And we'll be back to rolling. Rolling on the river. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Okay, let's see what we got here. Do 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 do. Put a 1 in the chat if you're enjoying yourselves. Okay, I'm leaving you now. I'll see you in 2 and 2. Do 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 do. Hi, Marine. Welcome to the Mimi Show. We just got through watching that other situation. We are done, so we don't want to get stricken. But I just wanted to see what the Sussex squad had to say about our beloved couple, Meghan and Harry do. But now we're moving on to see what else is going on with the gruesome twosome. Okay, I need to go to YouTube. Now, I just real quick. Okay, I want to see this about Andrew. And this is about Andrew too. Oh, wow. This was sad to see. All right, let's go back here. Sussex squad. Wow. Royal Sussex. Duchess Meghan, Princess Little Bit, Weird State Visit, Customs, plus more. We all right, let's get back to our regular scheduled program. Whoa, Tom Bowers Bookadoo. Okay, I just got to get in my repertoire, guys. My situation here. Okay, Andrew, we'll get to him later. Okay. Sorry.
Can do to help or give you support. Has Albanese done that? You know, Trump is trying to get rid of the radical Islam throughout the world, and to think that it's not our problem, it is our problem, because we're taking in refugees from all around Gaza and from these countries. It is going to be
Okay, so this is something else, and we did Trump earlier, so I will put this up for tomorrow. Okay, let's go get back to Harry.
Let's talk to royal commentator Richard Fitzwilliams. Welcome, Richard. Well, we've heard, stories of Netflix's disquiet with Harry and Meghan before, but this puts the lid on it, doesn't it? Although Meghan's denying all of this, as she always.
She's in denial about Netflix's getting rid of her. I want to thank Marine for my super sticker. Let's put some hearts in the chat and some fans in the chat for Marine. says, sorry, just got here. I was out working in the garden. Oh, good for you, Maureen. You know what? It's good to work in the garden and get some fresh air, you know? Oh, how beautiful. And I want to thank you so much for my super chat. I'm almost at my goal. 2 down, 3 to go. Thank you, Maureen. 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 Yeah. Come on, the few of us that's in here, let's put some hearts in the chat and some fans in the chat from Maureen from my super chat, super sticker. Yes. Every dollar, every super chat is a winner. Yay. Thank you, Maureen. You're such a sweetheart. I do appreciate you so much. Mwah. Big fat kiss to you. Now, Meghan seems to be in denial about what's going on with her on Netflix. But let's listen to these gentlemen try to break it down and try to get her to understand that Netflix dumped her.
Always does. It's got the ring of truth about it, hasn't it?
Have a lot of sources who are quoted. I mean, it's a very interesting article because, I mean, we mentioned the earlier article in the Hollywood Reporter, and then last year, you'll remember that we had a Vanity Fair. And that was an absolutely visceral article. I mean, they gave a lot of credence, Meghan, as you say, strongly denied it, to these reports that bullying, which they'd surfaced originally in the Times before Meghan and Harry went on to Oprah, and they've halted them ever since. This piece it's most interesting because dealing with the Sussex is the quote that tends to stick, because their sources from both sides quoted and their lawyer makes a case and so forth. But it's dealing with them is far from a fairy tale. And I think that what underpins this piece, because as I say, you have a lot of unidentified individuals being quoted, is the fact that they have done so little for that 100 million, as it reported, contract with Netflix. And the fact that now Meghan is abandoning Netflix for as ever, as you say, her jams and various household utilities and so forth, that she wants to be an influencer. She's very keen on it. But the thing is, they are supposedly still retained, and this is what makes me so curious, for adaptations that never seem to happen. I mean, all they did for Netflix was produce Harry and Meghan, the docuseries, which was an enormous success because they were trashing the royal family.
They're doing what they're good at, pouring a bucket over Harry's dad and his relatives here in Britain, the royal family.
Ooh, isn't that sad that that's what Meghan is known of, is trashing the royal family, pouring just this, you know, she was there for a year and a half. They gave her this big, beautiful spectacle of a wedding, she called it. 30 million pound wedding. The king walked her down the aisle because her father couldn't be of attendance. She invited all these royalties, all the A-listers, the who's of A-listers to her wedding. And the queen said, invite who you want. And that's exactly who she did. And she left out her entire family, even her father. And he ended up having a heart attack during this time. And after the wedding, she didn't even go and pay him a visit to make sure that he was okay. She cut him off. And according to Earl, he was trying to derail her marriage. No, he was not trying to derail her marriage. Her brother may have written a letter to Harry and told him, hey, you, my sister's a little kookadoo. My sister's a little kookadoo. And he didn't listen, and he should have, because you can't tell me Harry's not feeling just like he made a huge, huge mistake. Okay? Like, oopsie freaking Daisy Doolittle. I made the biggest mistake ever. Now, I do want to do Funky Dineva before we go. A little bit of entertainment. I will add that to this after I finish going over Meghan, because we haven't went over her in a while. But I find it very interesting that she has this thing with Netflix. I knew she would. Who hasn't she had a thing with? She had a thing with Spotify. They didn't leave on the goodest terms. They did not leave on the goodest terms. And she lied to me about Lemonado. We're not together anymore because I need to focus on the scam jam. The excuses that this woman comes up with is something within itself. I'm supposed to be looking for something. What was I looking up? Oh, I forgot. I know it wasn't Funky Dineva. Shoot. It wasn't Funky Dineva. I knew I was going to look him up later, but it was something else. I forgot, guys. Let's see what's going on in the chat-a-do. Nothing. Everybody's a little quiet. Wake up. Maureen says, Meghan Markle lives in her own parallel universal. She should never handle reality. I agree with you 100%. How can someone mess this up so bad? How can you mess it up so bad, Meghan? How did you mess up being in this person of supposedly being Harry's princess? How did you mess up being a princess? Like, it just blows my mind. How I knew she would when she decided she wanted to exit. I want to leave. I want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. It's not about me. It's all about them. And I want it to be about me. So let's go. God, I needed to show Lucky whenever she comes back the twerk video. No, she wasn't able to leave on good terms. Shame on her. God, I had a video of Funky Dineva. Anyway, moving on.
Absolutely. And as the boss of Spotify said, as he sacked them, calling them a pair of effing grifters, he said, unless they're trashing the royal family, they've got nothing to give, nothing to say. And
they're a bunch of effing grifters. That's what Spotify said about them. Now, the real, YouTube. I'm waiting on Netflix to just tell us, to really just tell it all, how it was hard working with her, how she was a menace to society, how she didn't want to work in her own house, how she wanted to work in another Airbnb, how her kids were going to be asleep, so she wanted to have it somewhere else instead of her house. She's a diva. Okay, a diva. What video? Okay. Dale was up here the other day.
I would suggest, I've been thinking about this, Richard. What is going wrong for this couple? Well, first of all, it seems, if we believe the story in Variety, and indeed, as you say, Hollywood Reporter and Variety, Meghan makes it very difficult to deal with them. Her communication skills are not good. She rubs people up the wrong way. But I think, this is my theory, I think in the end, if you think about the failure of her, the terrible failure of her awful TV show with Love Meghan, their failure to produce any films that they tried to buy the rights of, and so on and so forth. I think what we're dealing with, I think the reason these two find themselves out in the cold with no deals, Netflix no longer supporting them, no one else interested in them, is between the two of them, there is a total lack of talent. Neither of them are remotely talented, and therefore untalented people don't tend to...
I told y'all, I told you. You know what we should do? We should do an old video of mine. We should go back and do an old video of mine and just talk about what I was talking about back in the day. Yep. Should I do live, and then I do oldest? Oh, I was at this place. Let me know. I'm gonna pick a video that we're gonna do. What is Lady C talking about? Yeah, her. Okay. We're going to do a video. We're going to do a back in the day video of me. Okay. That's what we're going to do. One day, one of these days, we're going to do a back in the day ado. Just sits on the board. Okay. He just sits on the board. Do you think they need to shut that down? Since all that's going on over there. So Ziggy Lee just tells us that he's just sitting on the board right now. You know what? I was thinking, hello, Caroline, that lovely lady, Lisa, he needs to go to Africa and deal with this. He does. Think of them doing something like that. I think of them being fake and not really genuinely caring. But wouldn't that have been a good moment for her to try to get herself back into the royal family? Because without her connection to the royal family, then she really is, a nobody. It's just true. I did a video on the nobody. But basically, without your connection to the royal family, Hollywood don't care. The only reason why Hollywood was interested in Meghan and Harry was because of her connection to the royal family and Harry. And now that they don't have anything else to talk about, here we are at the beginning of the year. Lee Foster, the only thing Meghan needs feeling is the bumps on her head by a psychiatrist. I would second that. Hello, everyone that's in the chat that hasn't said anything. Hello. Lisa, it includes 12 countries, so maybe the UN should. That's a video I did back in the day. It's so relevant today, guys. When should we do it, Maureen? Let me go through my videos, and then we can do a back in the day video. We can even do not a live one. We can do one that, oh God. When do you want to do it? Shorter list is what is going on for them. Right. I agree, Debbie. I agree. When do you guys want to do it? Let me see. I was so small back then. Golly, I was a smaller dude. There is so many videos that I did. Let's see, video oldest.
I know I said I wasn't going to talk about Harry and Meghan today, but here we are. I got my Michelob Ultra.
Uh-oh, I was drinking.
I like it cold out of a can. It's just the best. I like a bottle too, but whichever. The book. I can't help but to think that
Little bit.
it's not coincidence that everybody is shocked and trying to figure out what's going on with Harry and why would he do this to his family. It's three: his family, his country, and the monarchy. Why would he do that? Why would he burn so many bridges for one woman? Because you can't tell me all of a sudden Harry got an epiphany about his family and decided that he was going to write a book. All of a sudden. No. Harry's life was going on as planned before this woman came in there and turned it upside down. If you look at the videos and the interviews, Harry looks disheveled, distressed, all over the place. And he can't even keep his story straight. He goes and he starts talking. He goes and he starts talking about how the royal family didn't like Meghan, plotted against her, his wife, and all of that. And he believes that because he is really convicted in his stories to tell his truth. But he has someone sitting on the side of his bed feeding him this information, a lady called Meghan. And she has convinced him, which is an ugly thing to do, that this is the best course of action. Because years ago, Harry would never do something like this. And in the future, he will look back and be like, I can't believe I did that. And I don't think he's feeling convicted now because he's got people around him like Oprah, Tyler Perry, all his celebrity friends encouraging him that he's doing the right thing. A little I was. Be careful with them truth people, Harry, because some of them just want the story. They don't care about your family, your feelings. Like Tyler Perry said, he knows nothing about the royal family. He could care less. But all of a sudden, he's Meghan's best friend. He's going to give her a whole house. Tyler, did you give her a house because I believe that you did because of what you said. But I also know you did it because you wanted us to look at you as a savior.
You hear my
but what has happened is you coming to the rescue has interjected yourself into some mess. Because now we as fans think of you as supporting these two. And when you support wrong, because it is wrong, it's just morally wrong what Harry is doing. It is morally wrong. Then you are condoning it. You're giving them the push to go ahead and continue to dump on the family, the institution, the country. But it's all about their truths, no matter who they hurt. But if you look at Harry's interviews and look at him and see his face and see that he is a man in distress, a man that really is all over the place. He can't get his story straight. First, your family is racist, Harry, because you and your wife sat on Oprah Winfrey's chair and told us that there was a problem with his skin color. Now you want to be technical with the terms and say, who said that my family was racist? You said your family was racist. Harry, let me say it again. You, Harry Winsler, said that your family was racist. And you know why? You solidified that when you and Meghan flew to New York and picked up that award for the racism inside the royal palace. It's written on the award.
I'm a little animated.
You want to tell Tom, the guy that interviewed you, because he was just as shocked as we was, that they're not racist. So what you said?
Oh, thank you.
If they're not racist, give back the award. And if you're having this hard time of being a prince and being famous and being in something of privilege, give it back. Give it back. If you don't want to be a part of this thing you call royal, stop complaining about it and give back the titles and get somewhere and sit down. But we know that's not true. You just want us, I don't know who you're trying to convince, us to believe that you are going to give up your royal titles.
In the tub.
And you're right. What would it prove? Number one, it would prove that you're not staying in it for the titles. If you keep it, then that solidifies you need them more than they need you. I'm going to say it again. You said, what would it prove? What would it change if I gave the titles back? It would prove that you and Meghan were somewhat right. That you don't want to be a part of this racist family, this debacle, this leaking family, this Camilla family. Then you go in on your step. And you say you want your dad to be happy, but then you turn around and you diss the woman that has been by his side for a very long time and has supported him. And I know she's a good woman because Charles is a good man. And behind every good woman, there's a good man. Everybody has their skeletons. Camilla has hers too. And I don't think it's the skeletons that you're trying to point out. Her skeleton is that she was sleeping with a married man. She went through her walk of shame, overcame it, and moved on. But now you want to shed light on her. So we can take the focus off of everything else nasty that you wrote in that book. Well, let's elaborate. Behind every good woman, there's a great man. It says something about you because you don't have a great woman.
You think I can?
Which doesn't make you a great man. Because if you had a woman of integrity, a woman that really was this great person, because being smart and beautiful and
I felt
nothing,
so
I'm going to stop cussing
good.
on my channel, have nothing to do with anything. It's who you are inside. And like Piers Morgan said, Piers Morgan, all of them, you and Meghan have been on this crusade.
I want to get
crusade
back
of taking your family down. As if they were the enemy. Have your wife, did your Jezebel Meghan convince you that your family is the enemy, Harry?
The enemy.
I beg to differ. I think you're sleeping with the enemy. And that enemy, you will never be able to make happy. Because if you were able to make her happy, do you think that she would be going on with these books, Netflix, and all of this? I'm like, Meghan is the main source of your thorn. And I don't care what nobody say. It is true. We saw it happen.
Oh, that's little bit.
And the chaos began before the wedding.
Is that little bit?
And you had a chance to get out there, but you were too wet. And you were warned.
Oh,
you were warned.
Back.
You American U.S. people.
She's not
that
that little
are condoning
anymore.
this, especially Pierce's.
I don't know her
name. It was today. He had her on his show. He asked her a question that she couldn't answer. He said, "Is the role?" I lost. Pierce Morgan said, "I lost my job because I said I didn't believe Meghan, and I said that she lied on national TV, and I lost my job. And my friend Sharon Osbourne lost her job too for defending me that Meghan was lying." And now the woman that was talking, I wish I knew her name, that was on there, couldn't answer the question. She talked around the question and wanted to talk about.
All right, guys, that's enough for me ranting but also, Demon Dictator sent another one. I look a little tired on this one. Hold on. Wait a minute. This is what it looks like. Hold on.
Reaches the point of no return. Variety magazine are done with Meghan Markle. What next? story is wild. Devastating headlines from the Showbiz Bible Variety magazine about Meghan Markle, who has infuriated Netflix with her attitude, her behavior, and her horrible viewing figures as her deal with the streaming giant collapses and her relationship with the company that once paid her millions reaches the point of no return. Variety magazine are done with Meghan Markle. What next for the Duchess of Double Standards? You better what to ask then. Rupert Bell, Talks royal correspondent. Good evening, Rupert.
Good evening, Mark.
Nice to see you at a civilized hour of the day.
Well, I'm always up early when I see you at the weekend. No problem. The sun's rising at 6 o'clock. I like to be up with the lark.
And I'm glad you guys as well. You're a very, very much a morning person, Rupert.
Yeah, but maybe Netflix are in mourning about Meghan, or not, as the case may be, judging by the headlines. I think we've got to look through the spin here. Both sides are now trying to sort of say it was a mutual parting of the ways and that it was all sort of understanding. Yes, a variety have gone hot deep in the headlines, but actually, I suppose you have to look at it and say Netflix got something out of the Sussexes. But we have to be brutally honest. Since the documentary, what have they done that's good? Because with all due respect, the As Ever cooking program was an absolute, well, I mean, I don't know.
Did you pick up any recipes? Have you been using more flour sprinkles lately?
Well, I always talk to my wife. She's basically, whenever we have dinner, we look to elevate, which is the key phrase from Meghan's world. But we've never yet resorted to flour sprinkles. And it was anodyne. It was trite. It had nothing to commend it. And I've just watched an Instagram post that she's put on today. It looks like now she's out to show that she's the greatest flower arranger of all time. So it looks like they're clutching at straws. And Netflix, I think, have just verbalized what most people think. And they run a very, well, it's a business. They're out to make money. You know, they've got the new Peaky Blinders film. They've got things that drive an audience. Yet Meghan does not drive an audience, and the programs have been, and they're just going, enough is enough. And yet, you know, they've said they were going to launch with the brand or the products. Well, these products are also pretty ordinary. They haven't been able to sell anything. So I think I can understand why Netflix have said enough is enough, but we'll try and put a positive PR spin on it, which is what seems to be coming out from Netflix. Meghan saying, and the Duchess of Sussex's team are saying, well, we're looking to go in a slightly different direction, which is speak for something like, you know, yes, this ain't working.
No,
you know, if you look at the business speaker saying between both parties, this ain't working, go and plow your own furrow.
Yes, most definitely. Well, we've all been there. It's a difficult business showbiz.
Yeah.
The problem with this story, Rupert, is that the magazine itself, Variety, is very much the entertainment Bible in the US. It's the showbiz Bible. So the reports of Meghan's behavior, the viewing figures, and the fact that Netflix reportedly are done with the couple will be very hurtful to Meghan and will dent her pride.
Yeah, and I think they do have a problem within the sort of California Hollywood set in that what does she actually offer? It appears now she's having to sell herself to appear at 3,000 Australian dollar weekends in Sydney. You know, which is not a great look, is it? I mean, if you're hawking yourself out to go to Sydney and asking the people of Australia to fork out £3,000 for a Friday till Sunday morning shindig in a hotel in Sydney, it smacks of desperation.
Rupert, I pay $3,000 for a weekend with you.
Well, that's very kind.
If for no other reason, first of all, your wine collection.
Well,
secondly, your effervescent company, and thirdly, your racing tips.
Oh no, Mark, forget them.
Because then I can retire.
Well, no, if my racing tips were any good, I wouldn't be doing 8:45 on a Tuesday, whatever evening it is. So, you know, it's a fair point. But no, I'd always make myself available, tips or not, with you, Mark. But the point is, they are, you know, this Australian tour, you know, quasi-royal tour, smacks of, you know, slight desperation. It is interesting. They've done tours, the Sussexes to Nigeria. Well, who's having a state visit here? You know, for given the full, you know, is the president of Nigeria, you know, yet they are trying to make themselves at all times look as if they are still working for the royal family. And it's, the whole thing is, it smacks that they don't know where they're going now. And I'm not sure Meghan knows where she's going business-wise, unless I'm misreading things.
Well, I'm glad you mentioned that, because they've got a few quid in the bank, haven't they? So we've got Harry's inheritance from his late mother, Diana, his multi-million-dollar inheritance from the Queen Mother, the money from Spare, about $20 million, I think, in total. But of course, you know, a lot of that cash has gone to the outgoings, the mortgage on the Montecito mansion, bit of security, private education for the kids, staff, and then, of course, you know, managers, the tax man, all the rest of it. Is it conceivable that the Sussexes could eventually run out of money?
Well, unless something really kicks off, you know, they may do, because they want a lavish lifestyle. I'm not sure who's necessarily underwriting their trip to Australia, but they want bells and whistles. So it is very difficult for them, because they do want a very grand lifestyle. Now, Harry would have had that. If he stayed within the royal family, he would have come with all the trimmings and it would have been easy. But now he's actually got to go and find a way of earning a living. And with all due respect, I haven't seen him come up with the latest business plan that is going to bring him in substantial income. He does a few speeches, but actually, you know, what are they worth? You know, turning up at various events in Canada or whatever it is, but they're not going to necessarily fund the complete lifestyle that he would want. So I do think it is an issue, but they've made their bed, they've got to line it, and they've got to make it work. But the articles like that have been out in Variety are not going to help their PR. And when you hear also that the people from Centre Bali are saying, reporting to Harry that you've made your brand toxic, that just says all you need to know. That actually they've created their own problem because they thought they'd be able to ride on the coattails of basically having a pop at the royal family. But actually, charities and people don't want people who stir the pot. They want people who are committed, calm, without, getting endless.
He's definitely got chutzpah. The problem she's got is seeing through projects. So she was an actress for a while, that abruptly ended after then she was a princess. We saw how that played out. She's a philanthropist, but then they've scaled back Archwell. She was a TV host, but there are likely no more of those shows to come. Then she's an entrepreneur. The mind boggles as to what's next.
Look at her. Look at her at this lady's bedside. And she would not go visit her own father. This is a fake person. Oh, I care so much about you. I do. I really care. No, you don't. Stop pretending. Stop faking like you on a show. You don't care about this lady. If you cared, you would have went to see your dad, your dad's leg, your dad's situation. Yeah, she's going to be selling cheap sports socks out of a suitcase on a street corner, back to being a suitcase girl again. Yep. She already selling tickets to see her, $3,000 to have dinner with her. Yep. Now look at her by this lady's bed like she cared. Look at her. Look at her face. You do not care about this lady. You are so phony. Stop pretending.
Well, here's the thing. Anyone who is successful, particularly in business, puts in the long hours. Mm-hmm. You would talk, and when she did her podcast with various people, successful women, there was one or two. When you actually heard about what those people actually did to get to where they were, they put in long, hard hours, sacrificing and making it work and putting up with problems, overcoming issues. I am not sure that Meghan necessarily does those hard yards. She expects it to come to her.
Yeah.
It's like the rosé. Well, she flogs rosé at vast sums. Well, that's probably produced by a big producer, put in a fancy bottle, and away it goes. So actually, some of the people on those podcasts were very interesting, but unfortunately, when you listen to the podcast, it wasn't about those people, because everything, and you hear reports, it's I. And actually, when you're an interviewer or you're doing anything in a podcast, yes, you're the vehicle. You want to be engaged by the person who's coming to.
I, me, my. That's her.
You, and she potentially on paper had some very interesting people, but when you listen to it, it just became her story and trying to cover up and how she was lying awake, sleeping at night, thinking about packaging.
Meghan,
well, I'm not. I remain.
Let me know if we have an interview of Meghan we can watch. Talk about I, me.
To be convinced.
I, me. Hello. It's all about me. Okay, I want to move over to Andrew, but before we go, I got one more.
Had Betrayal, the Tom Bower book, and there's more, which I'm going to get to in just one moment.
He is so
then
excited.
We've had the utterly astonishing Variety expose, which just tears Meghan's lies when it comes to her falling out with Netflix to pieces. And of course, the way she intends to do things is just keep on putting out the crap product, but use the daughter to make the money and take the attention away from what's really going on.
Look how
but of course, we can see through that, and we will analyze all of these bombshells with royal YouTube sensation Pete Diner imminently. But first, I want to get to the brand new lines that are emerging from Tom Bower's Betrayal. Now, interestingly, the Times newspaper has finished its serialization of the book, which isn't out until the 26th of this month. But in a new review, quite a damning review actually, posted in the Daily Telegraph, we are learning more about what they describe as a grim picture of the Sussex's self-inflicted pain. So I want to get to this because the new revelations are fascinating. Anita Singh writes in the Telegraph, Bowers managed to find someone who will go on the record about Meghan being a nightmare. Now, this is Ella Robinson, of course. Her mother co-founded the charity called One Young World. And this is where Meghan appeared as a conference speaker in 2022. Remember in the first serialization, we learned that she just said she's effed it when Meghan delivered that speech where she was just talking about I, me. But we're learning more about it. Robinson ran her eye over Meghan's speech and saw that the Duchess intended to say I nearly 50 times in 10 minutes, addressing an audience of young people hoping to feel inspired about changing the world. Meghan proceeded to talk.
To be fair to Bauer, it starts well. He managed to find someone who will go on the record, Meghan being a nightmare. Ellie, whose mother co-founded a charity called One Young World, recalls Meghan appearing as a conference speaker in 2022. Robertson ran her eye over Meghan's speech and saw that the Duchess intended to say I nearly 50 times in 10 minutes. Jesus. This girl is a Looney Tune. Addressing an audience of young people hoping to feel inspired about changing the world. Meghan proceeded to talk about herself. She's tone deaf to others. She just can't do what we wanted. She's toxic. Is Robertson icy verdict. What? Meghan's interview with Ellie Robertson. Where is it? In 2022. If we can find that interview, guys, I would love to watch it. It was in 2022, a conference, the One Young World Conference. One Young World Conference with Meghan in 2022. Oh, that one. Yeah, we're going to watch that. Okay, this is YouTube. Save it. Okay, yep. Okay, we definitely gonna watch that in just a second. Let's continue.
Talk about herself.
I found
then
it.
We get these icy verdicts on the record from Robertson. She's tone deaf to others. She just can't do what we wanted. She's toxic. From there, we return to 2018. The Sussex is just back from their honeymoon and a conciliatory tea with the Prince of Wales and the Princess of Wales. Now, this is one of these angry meetings, and Harry gave his own version in spare. But we now learn that Meghan snapped at William. These are the exact words. If you don't mind, get your finger out of my face.
Ooh.
There's other more hilarious detail. Invited to design her own coat of arms. Meghan apparently asked for a songbird
you don't mind,
with its tongue cut out. She was persuaded to have a nightingale instead. There is some amusing stuff about the couple's Netflix deal and the hiring of production crews, which involved vetting people to check they had not said anything anti-Meghan on social media, making them all sign NDAs and instructing them never to speak to the Sussexes unless they were directly addressed by the couple. I mean, this is awful stuff, right? And this should really be damning, because who's the other person? Who's the other celebrity that demanded that they never were able to be addressed by their stuff? Ellen DeGeneres. She was cancelled for it. Anita Singh goes on, it's best to skim most of the chapters and seek out the hilarious high-handedness. At a Centre Bali polo tournament, Meghan orders champagne, then adds, and I want an ice bucket. The organisers say there isn't one, so Meghan's publicist then steps in to demand buy one. When Meghan goes to read the bench, her flock children's book to a class of youngsters in Harlem, the local media spokeswoman drafts a nice press release explaining the Duchess was reading aloud to the children. Meghan's team want this change to contributing community support. Singh says Tom Bower is good at dryly juxtaposing just how tone-deaf Meghan can be. For instance, take this speech. I'm looking at this time as my chapter of joy. My intentionality is to enjoy this chapter and be able to love through every piece of this as best as we can. She delivers this word salad to an audience in Colombia who have witnessed assassinations, torture, rape, and murder. And then there's the new information. At the end of this trip, Meghan's publicist is so physically and emotionally drained that she collapses on the plane back to California. The flight attendant, she recalls, thought I was actually dead. P. Dinah. Can you believe all of this? I know we can believe this, right? Because this is how Meghan just lives her life. But isn't the color and the detail amazing? If you don't mind, get your finger out of my face, she snaps at William, and then demanding, I need an ice bucket for my champagne. I mean, she's just awful.
Yes, she is so self-consumed with everything about her. And it's like, don't you ever think about other people or want to show that you have some grace about you? But she can't do it. This woman, I think, is at a level of real mental sickness. She has no way to get herself out of this. This is going to continue to spiral for Meghan. Her life, Harry's life is going down with her, and there's nothing they can do about it because Meghan is too self-consumed to try to even understand how she looks to other people. And so she continues to be this bad actor over and over again while the walls are crumbling around her. And we all watch it and we just can't believe it. And it's like, read the room, Meghan, but she can't do it. And this is a destructive behavior that is going to lead them to a place of, I think, unimaginable stress and downfall. Really, I think we've never seen anything like this before. And it is fascinating. I mean, I never thought it would get this bad, Dan, but it really has and continues to.
It really does continue to. And this is what she released to try and sort of hit back, Harry calling her babe and saying how amazing her flower arranging is. It doesn't prove any point. But of course, we have a new product launch. The Mail headlining this, Meghan unveils new as ever line with Lilibet amid claims Netflix has been left with huge $10 million surplus of her unsold products after split with the streamer. And I mean, this is what's going to happen, isn't it? More and more and more, P. Dinah, we see that the only thing she can actually do is really sell her daughter. Which is just so awful. I mean, this is the reporting on it. Meghan Markle has posted a sweet photo of her daughter Lilibet in her first rise ever launch since the brand parted ways with Netflix. The Duchess of Sussex shared an intimate glimpse of the 4-year-old holding a flower to announce her new partnership with the luxury floral delivery and gifting brand. The toddler's long red hair can be seen in the snap posted to unveil the collaboration with High Camp Supply, which charges hundreds of dollars for gift boxes. And it's always Lily, isn't it? She has no desire to bring Archie into this because he doesn't work for her commercially. She needs the girl. We are on a mission to 700,000 subscribers. So I need you to do something for me right now.
So
it's free.
happy
It
for
is easy.
you.
It is simple.
Shit with the public with her daughter, because we know that she's
No big tech backing, no billionaires pulling the strings. And if you turn on the bell,
cultivate a relationship with the public with her daughter, because we know that she's talked about trying to go into business with her daughter and to, have her be the one that is going to be this entrepreneur. And, Meghan is having already big dreams for her daughters. And I think she's planting the seeds for that right now. And I'm sure against Harry's wishes. I can't imagine that Harry is happy about all of the posts that Meghan does with, Lily. But, Meghan is always going to go against anything that Harry wants. It's about what Meghan has thought up in her head that I'm sure she's not even letting Harry in on, that he doesn't even know about. She's planning and plotting constantly. And Harry's not a part of that plan. And so, yeah, she'll use her daughter, because we're going to see later that, all of this is going to make sense why she kept showing her daughter on social media, because she's definitely, building up to something with her daughter.
Yeah. So what is it like, Harry? You keep Archie, but Lily's our moneymaker.
Right. Yeah. She's going to do it. She's going to actually be like the Kardashians, like Kris. She's going to be the momager, and she's going to try to use her daughter to make money and to have an empire like the Kardashians, and model, Kris Jenner's, business model. And I think that's what she's trying to do with the girl, because Meghan is very pro girl, right? It's all about the girl. The women are voices, and that's what she's trying to do with the girl. So yeah, we see what she's doing.
Yeah, I mean, I would argue she pretends to be pro-girl because, I mean, all of the staff members who she bullies, all of the friends who are ghosted are girls. You know, the poor staff member who's had such a rough time in Colombia that she literally collapses on the plane and the flight attendant thinks she's dead. I mean, imagine living your life like that and just not giving a damn. You know, these people are working so hard for you that they are putting their physical health at risk, and you still treat them like shit.
If there's, if there's something you guys want to see, put the link in the description, in the comments, and I'll click on it. And if I get to it, we'll watch it, okay? It's so easier if you put the link in there. There was only been one real South Park, and yeah, there's only that real one. When they were, the privacy tour one, that was the only real one. I'm with Debbie on that one. Even her rescue chickens are an antidepressant to help them cope. Not the chickens. And what is he saying?
And you still sack them, and you still believe that they are the problem rather than actually taking a look at you, which is why I think all of this stuff about her, being a girl's gal and caring about the girls is just a joke, because she actually treats other women, I would argue, worse than how she treats
Well, she's
me.
a bully.
Yeah. She wants to give that illusion that she's pro girl, but when you look behind the curtain, it's not true. She really is just
She's
about
a demon
Meghan.
dictator.
And if she is using people like she has done, and which she continues to do to their detriment, it is always to help build her up, regardless of what it does for you and your health and how you're feeling.
Exactly.
You're the bad people that need to help lift me
Hi,
up. I'm going to
Lisa.
make it seem like I'm very pro woman, girl, these things, but behind the scenes, it's all about Meghan consuming and sucking the life out of these women, staff, people that are there to upbuild her, because it's always about her. It's not about you helping me. So we see how Meghan is behind the curtain when stories like this come out that says, collapsing on the plane. That would be so horrible to know that this happened to someone who's helping you. But Meghan doesn't listen to people and what they're going through because she really doesn't care. And so we don't care about her. We talk about Meghan because we see what she does to people in general. She is not a good person.
She does not care. She does not care about people. She genuinely is not a nice person. She doesn't care about those people in the hospital. She doesn't care about those LA fires. She doesn't care about those Uvalde kids. She doesn't care about anything. She doesn't. It's a PR move. It's a move to get a PR picture, a PR situation going on. See, look at me, woody. I'm a good person because I came out here to check on these people. I came out here to do this. See, aren't I a good person? No, because you didn't go check on your dad. That's how I know you're not a good person, because you leave the most important people that's supposed to be in your world out. But then you proclaim that you care about these other people that you have no affiliation with, but you care. Your heart goes out to them. She's not giving them any money. Archwell Productions aren't giving any finances to these causes. They're just showing up and taking photos. They're just showing up and taking Photoshops.
Person. She is not for the well-being of anyone, but she wants the illusion of looking like she helps and supports, and she's a philanthropist, because that's what
the philanthropist, humanitarian, all of that. All of those names, she wants us to believe that's who she is. But that is not. It's an illusion. She's got an illusion going on. It's the Mimi show, says Demon Dictator. Yes. Lisa B, same here. Exhausted. Oh, hang in there, guys. Wake up, wake up. Personally, I don't give a poop about the Marco creature. She disgusts me to the core of my soul. See? People don't like you. Drop the link, Lady Letitia. All right, it's coming. Sure will. Yes. Totally not a good person. No. Scary person, bullyish person, demon dictator person. Bullyish. Oh, I said DeLove is coming up.
Her branding is to make it look like she is a good person, but behind the scenes, she really is not. The gig is up for Meghan.
Well,
she doesn't want to realize that.
It is, and this is where this Variety article is just so significant.
Sorry about that, demon dictator. I didn't see that.
That's all right. Don't worry.
How are you doing? We're gonna watch the video. We're gonna watch the interview with the red outfit and see. She said I 50 times.
I, me, yeah.
Oh, that is really, and it was for young people.
Yeah, this was big at the time because it was just me. All about me.
Just full of me and I. Yeah. When I was at school and when I was at the embassy and when I did the situation on when I was in high school, when I was in school and all that happened and I got a seat at the table. Just stupid stuff. We're going to listen to it. I forgot what she said anyway. Good to see you, Demon Dictator.
Was released while I was recording my live show yesterday. So I just read it word for word live with my superstar panel and my jaw hit the floor because the detail was so brilliant, given it has come from Variety, you know, the woke publication, the Hollywood publication. And Meghan's got her lawyers involved. But of course, what she hasn't been able to do is hit out in the same way that they would hit out at a tabloid or hit out at someone like me, you know, a nasty YouTuber. Instead, these are the people who they believe should provide them delightful, positive coverage. But they weren't, because this expose was just so damning, and it's so good, P. Dunn. I just want to go through a couple of my favorite moments with you, right? Because it is just worth repeating how brilliant it is, honestly, because I just love the fact that 3 insiders, and remember, the people speaking Variety, these are senior insiders.
He is like, he's so excited, like he's won the lottery, like they're really finna get in on her. Must be about to.
Ted Sarandos is fed up with the pair, even though they are close, right? And they know each other. And the Netflix spokesperson, of course, denies it because they have to. Insiders at the streamer say Sarandos and his wife Nicole Avant socialized frequently with Meghan and Harry and are neighbors in the Star Haven of Montecito, California. I mean, they're at the Beyonce concert together. However, 2 sources insist that Sarandos recently said he would not sit for a call with the Duchess unless a lawyer was present on the line. Ooh. And then what's so great, Fiona, is then the Sussex attorney, Michael J. Cummings.
Is that the owner of Netflix?
Yes, he wouldn't speak to her unless there was a lawyer present.
Hi, Snowdrop. Oh my God. He would not speak to her unless there is a lawyer present.
Yeah.
He is done with her. He doesn't trust her. She been blackmailing him like she did the royal family. Look at this. He doesn't trust her.
Yeah, this came from Variety. This isn't Tom Bauer. This is the Variety article.
Right. So this was Variety. Is she speaking back on it?
Yeah, so there is her lawyer. So where it says this is blatantly false. In fact, Meghan texts and speaks with Mr. Sarandis regularly. They put her lawyer's response in the article.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow. He's not going to speak with you without the lawyers present.
Because she twists it all, isn't it? She twists it all, and that's why every single thing she deals with it ends badly, because she twists it all around.
Yeah, they don't want to be bothered with her anymore. They don't want to have nothing else to do with her anymore. And now they have finally gotten away from her, and now she's still like being a nuisance. It's almost like the relationship with Harry and her. Like, I believe that she tricked him and he fell for it like a Dumbo, and messed himself all the way up and got caught up. And now so did Netflix, and Netflix is trying to get the hell away from the BS. They don't want to have nothing to do with her no more. She's a menace to society, talking about we're going to partner together and sell this scamajam and this sprinkle-a-doo. We're not doing none of that. It's a done deal. The relationship is now over. If you don't want me to say anything nasty about you, you best just go your little merry little way, Meghan, because they already said that they needed to get lawyers on you.
Yeah.
Like, that's how bad it is.
Yeah.
Responds and says, this is blatantly false. In fact, Meghan texts and speaks with Mr. Sarandis regularly and has been to his home without lawyers. And Pete Diney, she just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. It's like...
So she's saying, I've been to his house. I've been to his house without lawyers. I've done all this before. I don't need to do lawyers with him. Yes, you do. Now you do, according to his accusations against you, according to Vanity. Wow, this is so messy.
Like, you've got no idea, Meghan, if it's false.
It's messy.
This is the same thing we have with Lemonada, all of them. Every time Lemonada, what's it called? Spotify, it always ends bad. It does, every single time.
Yep. It's everybody else's fault and not my fault. And the bragadoo that, and I want to rewind it because I want to make sure that I'm saying this correctly, that she's bragging that, oh, I've been to his house, I've done this, we're friends, there's nothing wrong with this relationship. But there is something wrong with the relationship. And you're in denial.
And she's always got a clap back. It's the clap back, and you just go,
shut up.
The contract has ended. Wonderful. We all had a great experience. We had a wonderful time, and we look forward to working together in the future. There you go. Leave it on a good note, but she can't do it. She can't do it.
She can't do it. She can't do it. She wants them to come out and talk about how she was a menace to society, how they had a hard time working with her, that she needed an Airbnb because she didn't want us at her house. So we had to spend some extra money on that. And all her period is annoying. Then she didn't have any friends for us to even make a movie. She didn't have any friends. No. So we had to get the people she worked with. And then our friends that we knew to work with her because she knew no one.
Yeah. You're right there. Gone on a rant there. He was going on one.
Yeah, I did. Sometimes I used to do that a lot when I used to make my videos. Just go on a rant. Yes. Pull me in, guys. Pull me in.
If anybody else wants to come up, you're all welcome to come up if anybody does. Oh, not you though.
Shelly.
Oh.
Oh, Earl. We love you, Earl. We do, but
Not you,
Earl, you go too far sometimes. You're real. Earl, suggest a Sussex squad place we can go. Suggest a place. We went somewhere today. It was interesting. We did a breakdown on it, but we would prefer you to recommend somebody. That way I know they won't strike me. So pick a Sussex squad situation. This is good. Now I want to hear him say, I was
just going to say
because he's saying,
yeah, just before you play that, I sent the I sent the video, the twerking video where we did that emergency broadcast, me, you and Del, one of the old ones. So we can watch that another day.
Oh, okay. You sent it to me?
Yeah, on WhatsApp. Email? Yeah, when she did the twerking video and we all came on, YouTube went crazy and we all came on. It was me, you and Del.
Okay.
Yeah, but we can play that another day. But I just reminded myself to tell you that I sent it to you.
Okay, let's do it tomorrow then. I still want to do either we do it today or tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm working from home tomorrow, so I can come on early.
Oh, good. Oh, good. Because I want to do, is Kamari here? Because I know we're supposed to do date night, but I got to go pick up my daughter. So whatever we do is going to have to be done during the day. Like around like this time. Or me and my husband is deciding on what time we're going to go pick her up.
Yeah,
We're deciding.
I haven't seen her today. I've not seen her in there today. Seen
who?
Kamari.
Yeah, I think I saw her at the Trump one. Yeah, the Trump one. Okay.
In this behind your back because he can't unless a lawyer was present on the line. And then what's so great, Fiona, is then the Sussex attorney, Michael J. Kump, responds and says, this is blatantly false. In fact, Meghan texts and speaks with Mr. Sarandos regularly and has been to his home without lawyers. And Fiona, she just doesn't get it. She doesn't get it. It's like, you've got no idea, Meghan, if it's false because he's saying this behind your back because he can't actually stand you. You don't know if this is true. But first...
Wow. You do not know if he is telling the truth or not, or if it's the truth that he doesn't want to get together with you. And if he does get together with you, it will be on a legal eagle, because I don't want nothing to do with you. Wow.
If it was put in print into an article, it's true, because there's no way they would print it and put it in an article if it wasn't true, because no one's going to want Ted Sarandos doing them. Meghan Markle, no one cares, but not Ted Sarandos and Netflix doing you. No one wants that. So it must have been true.
Okay. Jalove, is everything okay? Hello, Daisy.
Oh, take care, Jalove. It's hard times out there, you know.
Yeah.
It's tough times.
The code outspoken for an extra 4 months on us. But now, back to the show.
Right. And this is the thing, Dan. So someone reached out to me and a while ago actually, and they said that, Meghan has befriended and confides in Ted's wife all the time as if she is her therapist. So Meghan really is friends with Ted's wife, and she's the one that is, I guess, giving Meghan all this support in a way that makes Ted, I think, obligated to, be there for Meghan to look like he is because of his wife. So he has no loyalty or anything to Meghan, but he's just trying to, be there because his wife has been befriended by this woman.
He goes and he gets on the bed.
He just wants a cuddle. Does he just want cuddles?
Rock-a-doo-little. Okay. Daddy's coming to get you. Okay. Just really quick, Demon Dictator. Did you know that,
What?
That Meghan told Sue Smith not to connect with me. She said I was a demon.
Maggot?
Yes, Maggot.
Yeah, I think she told the whole world not to have anything to do with you.
No, well, she told her again recently because Sue Smith was in her chat and she said it recently.
Well,
and so I sent her a note and said, don't listen to her. She's the enemy. She's the villain. And let's see what happens.
Yeah, it's up to Sue Smith. Let Sue Smith decide. What will be, will be. You've got enough. You've got enough friends on here. You've got loads. You've got all the Atwood guys, Victoria, Paula, you've got Julia, Heather. You've got loads of friends,
Yeah, I know. I need to go visit Heather.
Yeah, you've got Julia. You've got loads of people. You got to let the dust settle. Just let it work itself out. It always does.
You're right. You're right. I did say something to.
Yeah, Sue Smith Sue Smith's an intelligent person. She'll decide for herself, and whatever way she decides, it'll be her decision.
You're right, Daisy. You're right, Demon Dictator. Okay, let's continue.
But he knows the kind of person that Meghan is and cannot stand her. And we know how it is in Hollywood. They always say things to the press about how lovely someone is. They like them. Oh, I didn't say that. But the reality is we know people do that because they have to look like they're saving face and all is well. But behind the scenes, no, this man cannot stand Meghan. And, I also heard that this was said as a joke. I always find a little bit of truth in a joke. So no, this was a man that was saying how he felt. He knows he has to be, if he is with Meghan, present with a lawyer because of how dishonest and disingenuous.
Yeah, for some reason, he needs to have a lawyer. Like he doesn't trust being alone with her. Like, that's a big one. Yes,
Daisy Lee, are you joking? I hope you're joking. From the wooden spoon PTSD. I'm sure she's joking. I hope so. Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Oh, I said when I was a kid, I got wooden. Oh no, I don't think it was you. I was on Heather's. I was on Heather's channel talking about I used to get the wooden spoon on the back of my legs if I was naughty as kids, and Daisy Lee got the same. Yes, only joking.
Thank you guys. I really do appreciate that. And if you guys see Sue Smith, just let her know that we have a liar in our midst.
No, don't go down that road. Sue Smith will just make her decision. She'll just, you don't need to. You don't need to get involved. If she wants to start going around saying, that you're a demon and all this, that reflects badly on her. You You just act yourself and you get on with your channel and you get on with your business, and people will always see you for who you are. So you don't have to worry about that.
Okay.
She wants to go around insulting everybody. Yeah, she wants to go around insulting everybody. Let her do it, but you don't have to go that low. You just carry on being yourself.
That makes perfect sense. Thank you guys. Thank you guys. Let's move on. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. And I understand what you're saying, Maureen.
This woman is. She is up to no good. And, you know, she brings down everybody who is in her orbit. So, of course, he would say that. It makes so much sense, right? So, yeah, Meghan, it doesn't get it. She just doesn't want to see that people really, really, truly don't like her.
Indeed, because then the article sort of talks about how Netflix actually had to have more to do with her once they had this partnership with As Ever, which only sort of was the last year of their deal. And they write that the Sussex's bedside manner was not well received by some inside the streamer. Insiders say that Meghan has long conveyed that Hollywood is her domain. In virtual and in-person meetings with partners, she tends to talk over or recast Prince Harry's thoughts, sometimes while he is mid-sentence. Sources say usually preceded by a touch to the arm or thigh. Meghan's lawyer, Kump, in his letter to Variety, says this assertion seems calculated.
The Sussex bedside manner was not well received by some inside the streamer.
Sorry, I wasn't watching that, sorry.
This is how I see her. This is how she treats Harry.
Manner was not well received by some inside the streamer. Insiders say that Meghan has long conveyed that Hollywood is her domain. In virtual and in-person meetings with partners, she tends to talk over or recast Prince Harry's.
It's her domain. I own Hollywood. In virtually and in-person meetings with partners, she tends to talk over or recast Prince Harry's thoughts. That is who she is. That's why I say Harry doesn't have his own thoughts, his own feelings, his own say when it comes to the kids and what he wants to do and what the outcome may be. He has no voice. She's the voice for both of them. Period. Yeah. That is a fact.
Yeah. Elle, when did I call Meghan a demon? I never called her a demon. No. I called myself a demon. I called myself the demon dictator.
No.
She was called in press articles by her own staff, a demon and the dictator in heels by her own staff, and it was put in the press.
Exactly.
A demon and the dictator in heels, and I named myself after that.
Yes.
But I never called her a demon.
She didn't get it from out of a book. She got it from someone saying that she's a demon dictator. One of the people that she bullied, Earl. Yes. They called her demon dictator. So demon dictator took up the name, and that's where she got it from, is that her own people, Meghan's own staffadoo, called her a dictator in heels, a demon dictator in heels. Yes. We dropped the heel part.
Yes.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, Elle, everybody knows that. See, Elle, this is the thing. We just go around in circles with you all the time. This is well known in the press.
Read into whose thoughts? Who is Ted?
Hey?
Can you see into Ted's mind and read his thoughts?
Ted Sarandos, he's the head of Netflix.
No, but it's
they're reading the Variety Fair article.
Yeah.
Ignore it. We'll just go around in circles with Elle. We're just going to go around in circles with Elle.
They're telling us that she says she's the boss of Hollywood, okay? And that Harry can't speak, and she takes over his thoughts and speaks for him.
Yeah. But she's always been like that, Meghan. Let's forget Elle because we go around in circles with Elle. But yeah, she's always been like Hollywood. She's always wanted to conquer Hollywood her entire life, and she can't do it because she's got no talent.
Exactly. This is who she is, and they're telling it like it is.
Thoughts sometimes while he is mid-sentence. Sources say
I
usually
want
preceded by
to
a touch.
read it.
Well received by some inside the streamer.
Why he's
Insiders say that Meghan has long
mid-sentence.
conveyed that Hollywood is her domain. In virtual and in-person meetings with partners, she tends to talk over or recast Prince Harry's thoughts, sometimes while he is mid-sentence. Sources say usually
recalibrate his thoughts while he is mid-sentence. What kind of relationship is that, Earl? What kind of relationship is that at all, people? Like, come on. Why would you want to be with someone that's going to finish your thought or tell you what you're going to eat for dinner or tell you how the kids are going to and what they're going to eat and what they're going to do? The control that Meghan has over Harry is nasty. And it's being seen by others. And it's not in denial. So the people in the Sussex squad, like we just heard earlier, which I thought was a whole bunch of rubbish, you know, what about these articles that you guys like to look over? You got to acknowledge that something's going on, that Harry is something's going on with old Harry do.
Yeah, it's just rude though to talk over people and finish people's sentences. It's rude.
It is rude. And the way she walks in front of him and pushes him aside and tells him in the back for you, buddy.
It is rude.
No. I think that the people that she's bullied that called her demon, I really think that they meant that. And that is something the worst that you can call someone is demon.
Yeah. Well, Elle, tell me, refresh my mind. Tell me what these horrible words I called her. Go on, then tell me what they are.
You can't come up with any because
I bet you can't. No, I bet you can't.
She hasn't said anything. As a matter of fact, you can't come up with anything I've said about her. Actually, no one. I'm with you on that one, LL. How do you feel when Meghan speaks false of you? Do you expect people to believe her? What? Oh, Ella, what do you think when people feel what do you think? How do you feel when Meghan speaks false of you? Do you expect people to believe her? Well, I'm learning to ignore it. But this isn't false. What we're speaking about, Meghan, it's the truth. And it is. I have receipts. I'm showing you receipts. Look, here's the article. I'm not saying this about Meghan. They're saying this about her. How she's treating her husband.
Variety. This is an article written in Variety magazine.
This is a whole article.
Hollywood Bible. This ain't Letitia's words or my words. This is Variety magazine.
Hello. The Variety magazine is telling us how she treats her husband and how she thinks she's the who's of Hollywood. And I find it interesting. To clarify, I've heard much worse, not by Demon Dictator, but the shade here for Meg is fire. I've never heard like I hate her. I think if you say you hate her is the worst. That would be the worst. The hate word. Because no one should hate anyone. Hate is
love. Thank you, Delab. I've never said anything. I do commentary on her,
Yes.
but I've never said anything horrible about her, called her names.
Exactly. Exactly. That's just Earl's imagination.
You see, you can't do it, Elle. I leave that to the chat. Anyone, put a 1 in the chat if you've heard LL and Dog Meghan. You can't do it, Elle. You couldn't do it, could you? You couldn't come up with a word. I said, tell me what I said about her, and you can't do it.
Dogging her, telling the truth on her. Yes, I just did a spatadoo just a moment ago. Didn't you hear it?
So you can't do it.
I'll come up with another one. Give me a little bit more time. I'll spat out some more stuff that I mean.
But you can't do it, Elle. You sat there and said, I've said worse things to her. Tell me what it is. And you can't do it, can you? You're trying to leave it up to the chat. You can't do it. Oh, anyway, carry on. See, Elle, you just wind everybody up.
Yeah, he's one of those.
Forget Elle, because we just go around in circles. Carry on with you.
He comes from the squad and he's on this defense mechanism. And I asked him, I told him, I said, give us another Sussex squad page that we can go to and watch. I will watch again.
Meghan's lawyer, Kump, in his letter to Variety, says this assertion seems calculated to play into the misogynistic characterization of her bossing her husband around. Prince Harry, meanwhile, attests that this is
bossing her husband around. Prince Harry, meanwhile, asserts that this is false. No, Donald
we've
Trump
seen it, Harry.
Whipped. That's
Seen
what
it,
Donald Trump said. And that's the one thing that I do believe that Donald Trump was truth about. He's weak when it comes to her. Excuse me. He has a lot of troubles when it comes to Meghan. Yes. Everybody knows that. Like, you're the wimpy-doo of the relationship.
categorically false. And it's so interesting. Like, Variety is not the Sun newspaper. Like, it's not easy for you to claim that Variety is misogynistic.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, that's just what she does to deflect from the truth, I would argue.
Well, absolutely. And it's interesting though, because Meghan is in a way, or what she's actually doing is taking away what her husband's voice, right? Isn't she just like trying to suppress everything about this man and what he may want to contribute? Because that's what she does. It's not about you, Harry. She's trying to be that bully that overtakes anybody that wants to put themselves anywhere in her orbit. She wants to be the one that has the say. And so Harry is the one that, is being suppressed here, clearly. And, Meghan doesn't really care about anybody. And she speaks too much. She needs to learn to listen and to be guided by what other people are giving their voice to about her. But she just can't do it. And this is to her detriment because, people that don't want to listen and learn and try to take in information to get clarity or to really understand how they look to people are people that are so consumed that they will never be able to get out of their head in how they see themselves because they're always so quick to speak. And that is Meghan's problem. She cannot get out of this at all, ever.
No, and in the other row is about what happened on Zoom calls, because Netflix sources contend that if someone says something that Meghan is offended by, she disappears. She switches off the call. But the lawyer, Kump, hits back and says that Meghan works from home as the mother of young children aged 4 and 6 and often encounters, as many parents who work from home do, children who enter the space unexpectedly during a meeting. Independent of being a parent who works from home, Meghan is also conscious of shielding her team from the distraction of children. Nearly all professionals can attest to needing to turn off the audio or camera during a virtual meeting at some point during many hours of virtual business calls. But the Royal News Network disagrees with that and says, I do 100% believe that Meghan would disappear if she was offended. She doesn't like the truth or to be told no, so it would be within her character to hop off a call or mute if she's frustrated. But even if Meghan's excuse had been
I do. She's very thin-skinned, Meghan. She's very thin-skinned. Yeah. She can't take criticism, and also I just think they're both very childlike. If they don't get their own way or they don't agree, I'm just going to throw a tantrum until I get what I want, because they don't have the sort of the grown-up mind or the intelligence to actually hold a decent conversation. It's do what I want, and if I don't get it, I'm going to have a tantrum. I believe that for sure.
Yes, I do too. See, I told you. And no one said Meghan was ugly. She does have her ugly moments, and some of the insides of her are ugly, like not going to see her father. That was an ugly moment. It will always be an ugly moment.
I don't think she's ugly looking at all. I don't think she's ugly looking. I don't think of that when I see people. I don't have that mind of people are pretty or ugly. I don't really think like that, because I can't really call anyone see my face. I don't even show my face. But no, I don't think like that about people.
I saw it. You're beautiful inside and out. But if you're rotten on the inside, it starts to show on the outside. Your beauty starts to disappear. And that's what happened to me, in my opinion, when it comes to Meghan. Her beauty kind of disappears because she's fake. She's not real. She's not really caring about these people in the hospital. She didn't really want to go see these people in the general hospital that she just went to go see for 15 minutes. She's PRing it. And it's just fake. And when she does fake things, it just doesn't make her look good at all.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't. That's why I always say people will always see you for what you are, you know, good and bad. They'll always see it. It just shines through. It really does.
Okay, let's see here.
Interrupted by her children is true, and I don't believe it is. It's still unprofessional. In a business meeting, it's the parents' responsibilities to make sure that their children are cared for so they can focus on business. Yes, there are always exceptions, but that is generally how it should be done. Constantly leaving a meeting for childcare reasons reflects Meghan's unprofessional nature and is a waste of other people's time. She has nannies, and that's what they're there for. Also, shouldn't her kids be in school during the day, so how much could they interrupt? And that's the thing, P. Dinah, it's just not true. She's got nannies, the kids are at school, she's switching off the camera because she's offended. I have no doubt about that. Do you?
Yeah,
right. No, you know, it's like there's always an excuse. There's always something to say. Oh no, it's not what you're saying. This is the reason why. You look, Meghan, we get you. We understand the kind of person she is, and she would absolutely do that because it's all about her. She's so self-consumed that of course she'll tune out because she feels so entitled that she doesn't have to listen to you. She can just walk away and do what she wants to do, and then make an excuse that I have to tend to my children or whatever. Meghan, she just can't help herself. She has such bad intentions that just come out of her that we know this is what she has done because it's within her character to do that. I just don't understand this woman. Of course, she would have someone to take care of her children to not allow this to happen, right? So no, we don't believe you at all.
Okay. That would be perfect, Pearl, if you did that, and I'll play it. Whatever you want me to play. I whatever I've said about Meghan, I don't regret. I meant everything that I've said. So bring it. Let them go back, Daisy.
And then, P. Dinah, by complete contrast, we see Catherine, the Princess of Wales, out and about yesterday for St. Patrick's Day. Happy St. Patrick's Day, by the way, to all of our Irish men and women all across the globe. And she just looked delightful, didn't she? Today, she has been at work meeting the Nigerian president. But it's actually Prince William, the Prince of Wales, who has stolen the show, P. Dinah, over the past 24 hours. So for those of you outside of the United Kingdom, Greg James is probably like our most famous DJ, most famous radio DJ, other than Ryan Seacrest. He hosts the breakfast show on Radio 1. And he's got pretty close to Greg James. Prince William's got pretty close to Greg James in recent months. Do you remember that really great discussion recently about mental health? That was actually hosted by Greg James. And Greg James is also doing one of these big challenges on a tandem bike. And Prince William surprised him in quite an incredible way, and it led to this quite amazing piece of video. Watch.
Oh, wow. Is there Lycra underneath that?
There's not Lycra, but I am going to join you.
Are you?
Yeah, it's like
actually?
Yeah.
Let's cycle, Prince William.
It's a lot of pressure, actually.
Oh, look at that.
Yes.
Good job.
I didn't kill the future king. Hey.
Well done.
That is so cool. Wasn't that cool?
That's great. It is.
That was so cool. That was really nice.
They're very fun-loving people that they get stuck in.
Yeah, and they're genuine. They're not fake.
Yeah. You wouldn't see Harry and Meghan.
It's a real.
Yeah, you wouldn't see Harry and Meghan doing anything like this. You wouldn't see Harry and Meghan doing anything. Harry and Meghan just lording it over people, while Harry and William and Catherine, they just get stuck in. I love them.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
What a great moment for you, Dana.
Oh, I just love it. You know, and I saw another clip from this where they were passing some students, and he was saying, hey, you guys got Prince William back here, you know, and he was saying, oh, no, he has to look alike. You know, it was so lighthearted and so much fun. And I mean, I just cherish these moments because it gives you such insight into just average moments where, you know, William is just doing things so much differently, you know, than past monarchs. And I think, well, we know he's a future monarch, but, you know, I just feel like it's a way to connect with people in a way that is so different from the past. I mean, you can tell this reign of William is going to be so much different because of the things that
he's so real. He's not fake. He's really genuine there.
He is. They're wonderful ambassadors to the country. They really are. When they do things like this, they're wonderful ambassadors.
Yeah,
they really are.
They're giving it to them. They're doing it. They're not fake-a-do. It's not a fake-a-do. This
he is doing now, the unprecedented things that he is doing now that we've never seen before. I just can't wait for him to be the monarch because he is going to do things, I think, in a way that we've never even thought how different it would be.
I agree,
Dina.
I agree.
I think into how it will be with William.
How
you know, these little
open
moments.
he's going to be.
It's so nice. I love seeing it.
He's going to need security.
Indeed. Now, P. Dina, the Meghan Markle yacht girl claims just won't go away. And for the first time, and this is really significant, these claims have made it into the mainstream media via Julie Burchill, who I think is one of the bravest and most brilliant columnists in the United Kingdom. So I want to get into all.
It made it into the mainstream media. Red alert, red alert, red alert. What do you think?
Here we go. Here we go. I've not heard this. Here we go.
That is some serious
accusation. This, P. Dina.
Because ever since then, I've just been waiting.
Reveal exactly what she said. But what we're going to do is move over to Substack, an uncensored space for the rest of the uncancelled after show. In order to do that, you can join us there at www.outspoken.live. Paid monthly and annual subscribers get first access to the Royal Uncancelled After Show month. When it comes to big tech, there's a lot of cancellation that goes on. So it's actually the support of my Substack community. And by the way, it costs less than like a cup of... Dan was an Outspoken is your no spin, no bias, no censorship outlet for independent news. We have no big tech backing or billionaires pulling my strings, but that does mean I need your support. So
you've got to go and pay for it. You've got to go and pay for it, basically.
Monthly and annual subscribers.
Oh, no. No. That is something that we are not doing.
No, I'm not paying. Dan wouldn't.
Serious. You keep it to yourself.
It'll come out. It'll come out eventually. It always does.
Now, I have the video of Meghan's speech. I say we play it now.
Yeah, let's go. I'm just eating some food. I hope you can't hear it.
No.
Joined us in Ottawa in 2016, London 2019. She's an incredibly powerful voice for gender equality. In fact, that's what she spoke about in Dublin in 2014. And she continues to speak out and advocate for women's issues and social justice. Her new podcast, Archetypes, just topped the Spotify charts around the world. And in it, in conversation with another incredible, powerful woman, in fact, the greatest athlete, the greatest tennis player of all time, Serena Williams. So please, please give a very warm One Young World welcome to the co-founder of Archwell, Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex.
First off, all that Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, that should not be introduced like that. She should not be using those names. She should not be the Duchess of Sussex. She left the monarchy. She said she didn't want to do it anymore, and she walked out. So why is she saying she's the Duchess of Sussex? I just want to know.
Because that was the name that was given to her when she got married. That is her name. They were titles gifted by the Queen. And so, and as of today, she's still the Duchess of Sussex until they take them off her, which I believe William will.
Well, I thought that it was like a racist name, and that.
Oh yeah. I know the racist royal family who treated her like hell. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, why would she even want to keep something like that? But obviously,
the double standards of her is this terrible family that locked her in the tower and she couldn't get help and what they put her through. But yeah, she kept the titles for sure. But I'll keep the titles.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep the titles because I'm gonna make some scam jam on the Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, and everywhere I go, I'm gonna be the Sussex now. So just brace yourselves because it is what it is. No, this was she had left. They had left the building. They were visiting. This was
do your research. Yeah, when I was 11, I turned water into wine. Found a cure for cancer.
They were not still in. No, they were out. Trust me.
Out
Meghan
by then.
Yeah, Meghan was out. All right, here we go. Let's listen to the Rumble Mumble.
Well, good evening, everyone. It is very nice to be back in the UK. And it is very nice to be back with all of you at One Young World. As you'll likely hear many times this week, look, as we just heard, you'll hear all sorts of things. Some very heavy, some very uplifting. But the resounding spirit I believe you will hear is that you are the future. But I would like to add to that you are also the present. You are the ones driving the positive and necessary change needed across the globe now in this very moment. And for that, I'm so grateful to be in your company today. It was several years ago in 2014 that I was first invited to be a counselor at One Young World. And in many ways at the time, I was probably a lot like each of you, young, ambitious, advocating for the things I deeply and profoundly believed in. And also looking around and wondering, how on earth did I get here? Have any of you today so far had that feeling, that pinch me moment where you just go, how am I here?
Oh God, she is so fake.
Oh.
How did I get
You got here? You got here because you married somebody. You didn't get here on your own merits. Let's not go crazy that you actually got here on your own merits.
Let's not forget that you married in a prestigious royal family and they wanted you to speak for some God-forsaken reason. No, they don't. Good question, Debbie.
He won't know that, Debbie. He'd actually have to do some research to find that out. He just...
Oh, shoot.
Oh, Maureen. Oh, what program was that from? Oh, I can't remember what program that was now. The woman used to say that. Okay, Earl.
Yeah, that's a funny ado.
What, Kate can't give a speech? Okay, sure.
That's funny. And when she does, it's so beautiful. It's
It
from
does.
the heart. It's profound. You know she means it. And it's
She
not
does.
a bunch of word salad. You really want to compare? I can pull up one of Kate's interviews, trust, and compare to this
Nonsense word salad.
situation.
Here. Oh, it's a lot. And at that dinner, there were about 20 to 30 of us for the counselors. And there I was the girl from Suits. And I was surrounded by.
I was the girl from Suits.
Suits.
Let
I've
me
got to mention
myself
Suits.
for a moment.
Suits. When I was 11, I changed the world. We know what she's going to say. All these will she changed the world.
When I was from Suits.
And I was just from Suits, that big show that I was on. When I was 11, women's rights, seat at the table. Bring your own table, got to make your own chair, bring your own chair.
Me.
Boots on the ground. Through your own lens.
Suits.
Look at it through your own lens. Okay. 1 point for each one.
That's a lot of me.
Yeah.
And it's supposed to be about the kids. But me from Suits. Little old Suits.
Oh, come on, Miss Shelley. You can do it. Come on, Miss Shelley. You got to do it. Do it for everybody. Actually, I can't do it. Come on, Miss Shelley. That's why we're all here.
We got to hear her brag one more time.
We got to get through this together. Come on.
And there I was the girl from Suits.
Suits. 1 point.
Surrounded by. There I was the girl from Suits. And I was surrounded by world leaders, humanitarians, prime ministers, and activists that.
But that's you're those people. You're a humanitarian. You're an activist. You're a philanthropy. You're all that too.
I had such a deep and long-standing respect and admiration for. And I was invited to pull up a seat at the table.
There we go. 1 point for me. There you go. Seat at the table. Seat at the table. 1 point for me.
Yeah, 1 point for Demon Dictator.
Yeah. Maureen's got authentic and organic. Okay, let's see how many points Maureen gets. Okay. This is a game. I like this game.
This is awesome.
This is a good game. Okay.
Somebody keep up with the I's and me's. Yep. Like this is the Suits. Oh my God. I'm married into the royal family. Then got kicked out. Yeah. That's what she needs to tell the truth. Tell the truth.
Oh, come on, Earl. That's it. Good girl. I like you coming in, Earl. I do.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
That's okay.
She's going to be the queen soon. And get used to her speeches, okay? Because she's going to be queen soon. You might as well get used to them. No matter how she says them. She's going to be the queen. Not this up here.
I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I was so overwhelmed by this experience. Table. I was so seat at the table. To pull up a seat at the table. I was so overwhelmed to pull up a seat at the table. I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I think I even saved my little paper place card that said my name on it. Just proof.
My name on it.
Proof that I was there. And proof.
Me.
My name on it. The little name tag that had my name on it. I even saved that proof that I was there, and I had a place at the head of the Supreme table.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Supreme Being with all the leaders and activists, and I was sitting at the head of this table.
I was, and I got my name to prove it. I got my name tag to prove it, that I was there.
That I belonged. Because the truth was, I
Proof
wasn't sure
I
that
belong.
I was so nervous. I doubted myself, and I wondered.
Still
Proof that I was there. And proof that I belonged. Because the truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. I was so nervous. I doubted myself, and I wondered if I was good enough to even be there, what I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful. Proof that I was there. And proof that I belonged. Because the truth was, I wasn't sure that I belonged. I was so nervous. I doubted myself, and I wondered if I was good enough to even be there, what I was.
Oh my God. I doubted myself, and I wasn't sure if I was even strong enough or to be there at this head of this table. But I knew something in me was great.
I knew because I found a badge with my name on it. Therefore, I knew that I should be there. that name badge with my name on it meant that I should be there. I should be there.
I should be there.
It was a sign. That name badge with my name on it. It was a sign.
It was
a sign that I was meant to be there. That I was I was at the correct table and the correct seat in the correct room.
And proof.
And it was because that name badge had significant meaning. It meant that I was in the right place. And I should be there.
And I belonged.
And I belonged. Finally.
I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw it, was it
but I was doing important and meaningful things. So I probably should have been there.
In the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw it, was it deserving to have a seat at this table? But one young world saw in me what I wanted to see fully in myself. They saw in me just as I see in you.
Jesus.
Oh, this is
oh, she just eyeing it. I saw in me what I see in you. I see greatness in you guys like I saw in myself. She's really...
When you find them name badges with your name on it, you'll know. When you find a name badge with your name on it, you'll know that you're in the right place. You're at the right seat at the table. You're at the right table and the right seat at that table. Because you'll find that name badge there and it will be proof that you were meant to be there.
There you go.
The present and the future. And I reiterate that point because oftentimes we speak to young adults about the years ahead, about what you'll do, what you'll have to adopt to fix from previous generations, and also what legacy you will leave. But too often in that, we neglect the point that you're doing it now. You here in this present moment, this is where it's all beginning. The first year I joined the delegation in Dublin, I worked with a young woman from Eritrea. And
when I first joined the delegation of Tria, I don't know what she said.
Eritrea. It's a country in Africa, Eritrea.
That she has joined something. She's a visionary. No, she's a word salad.
she described how she had escaped her home country, fleeing with bullets fired above her head. I still remember it so well. I remember my shock. I also remember her courage.
And I remember her telling the story of when I was in LA riots, and I experienced the same.
Bullets fired above her head.
Okay.
I still remember it so well. I remember my shock. I also remember her courage. My recognition of how much continues to go on each day with so many turning a blind eye, and yet despite all odds, she, like so many, still persevered. I followed up that trip, as David mentioned, to join the delegation again in 2016 in Ottawa. I was very lucky to receive a day off of filming specifically to take a quick flight from Toronto up to Ottawa and to be able to join this work again for One Young World. Being with some people that I admired most, including former President of Ireland, Mary Robinson, who you heard from earlier. I joined you in London in 2019, and by that point, it's fair to say,
oh my God. Earl, your girl is sitting here giving us her resume, and it's annoying. It's safe to say that I joined that after I did that, and I became ambassador to what?
She's just talking. She's talking generic. She's talking about when I joined, when I got a flight and I did this, and she's literally given one basic story about this lady, which was like a couple of seconds, and the rest of it is nonsense. Maureen, I give you good luck on your journey to find your name badge, as we all will one day find our own name badges, and we will know that we've made it.
Did she mention the LA riots?
No, that was me. She was talking about the lady from Eritrea who she had bullets, and I just jokingly said, oh, she probably told her story about bullets flying in the LA riots.
Yeah.
Even though she wasn't there, her dad said she wasn't there. She was in
snapper dude, you lied.
Palm Springs or somewhere.
You lied to do.
Life had changed rather significantly. I was now married, and I was now a mom.
A mom.
When she said she was now married, I was thinking to myself, you've been married before. Which marriage? And then she said she was a mom.
What's got to do with the Young World Summit? What's this got to do with anything?
It's all her. It's my resume. It's all about me.
My life had changed rather significantly.
They said that she wrote I in there 50 freaking times.
That's what I mean. It's just me, me, me.
I was now married, and I was now a mom. My worldview had expanded exponentially, seeing the global community through the eyes of my child.
What the fuck?
Okay.
Seeing the global community in the eyes of my child. What is she talking about, Earl? What is she seeing in the eyes of her child? The globe?
Jesus, it just doesn't make any sense. Okay, let's see what words of wisdom through the eyes of her child.
What is this world he would come to adopt? And what can we do? What can I do to make it better? I'm thrilled that my husband is able to join me here this time.
Oh God, it's coming.
To be able to see and witness firsthand my respect for this organization, this incredible organization, and all that it provides as well as accomplishes. One Young World has been an integral part of my life for so many years before I met him. So to meet again here on UK soil with him by my side makes it all feel full circle. And just as a sidebar.
Stop lying. Stop pretending like this was something you was doing before your husband came along.
That's exactly what it is. This was such an integral part. But she's literally not explained anything about what they do or what she actually has done with the organization. Exactly. She had a couple of seconds about how she met this lady, and then, but the rest of it is just claptrap. It's nonsense.
You're right. You're right. It's just a whole bunch of hogwash. There's really no meaning behind her story. She's talking about herself and how she became, got a seat at the table. And then she went from the seat at the table to how she got married and had a baby. And now she's back at, I don't know what she's talking about now.
Earlier this afternoon, we sat down with a few of you delegates, and it was incredibly inspiring, the resounding themes that came up about representation, about inclusion, about access, and about trying to shift the global perspective for all of us as a global community to one of curiosity over criticism.
What?
My husband has long advocated.
We run out of words. She's taken all our words.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even say anything.
Yeah, she don't even know what the hell she's talking about. Girl, she doesn't even know what she's talking about.
About inclusion, about access, and about trying to shift the global perspective for all of us as a global community to one of curiosity over criticism. My husband has long advocated for important and necessary impact in the world, focusing a huge part of his life's work on the youth. So for both of us, bearing witness to the power that you hold in your hands.
She makes stuff.
His life's work on the youth.
Yeah. Yeah, the youth.
Okay. Yeah, never seen that. Never seen that bit either.
And then, she's talking about community, the global community, and how her child has something to do with it too.
Her child's got something in its eye. Her husband does lots of things.
And he's a youth person.
She's about me.
Yeah,
she met someone from Eritrea.
Mm-hmm.
But her story and the riots is worse. And that's about it. That's what I got from that so far.
And it was incredibly inspiring, the resounding themes that came up about representation, about inclusion, about access, and about trying to shift the global perspective for all of us as a global community to one of curiosity over criticism. My husband has long advocated for important and necessary impact in the world, focusing a huge part of his life's work on the youth. So for both of us, bearing witness to the power that you hold in your hands and the unbridled enthusiasm and energy that you have to see things come to fruition, it is just an absolute privilege. I'm incredibly humbled to not just stand before each of you, but to stand beside you. We often hear people say the time is now, but I'm going to double down on that by saying your time is now. The important work can't wait for tomorrow. And this week, the world is watching as you cement your place in history by showcasing the good that you are doing today, in the present moment, as we embrace the moment of now to create a better tomorrow.
What the hell is you talking about? Your father is over there in the Philippines. You haven't embraced him. I just find this a whole bunch of hocus pocus.
And with that, it is my absolute honor and pleasure to declare this year's One Young World Summit officially open.
She opened with that.
Yeah.
She opened with talking about herself.
Yeah. Absolutely nothing about one world at all.
No, she talked about her suit situation. You know.
Do you know what One World is about?
No.
No, neither do I. I didn't get anything from that.
Did you guys get what it's about? After all of that we just went through with Meghan, what is it about? What is this program? What is this thing that she's opening up about?
Yeah.
I thought so. Well, guys.
God, you've been on for hours today.
Yeah, I've been on. And then it's time.
Yeah. So I'm working from home tomorrow, so I can come on early if you want to do something tomorrow.
That would be great. I would love to. We can do another interview.
Yeah.
They're endless, you know. I don't remember us doing this one, but this one was all about her.
Yeah.
Her resume and her seat at the table. You know, she was at the table. No, he's her father, regardless of what he is. PDF file. That is very mean to say, Earl. You know why? Because you don't have anything to back that up to call her father that.
Yeah, that's the defamation, that, Earl.
Very much so. Very nasty. And I get you don't like the father, but don't you think you might be taking it a tad bit too far, Earl? Like you always do. Yeah, because the last time I checked, her father, the one you're discrediting and talking about, and the one that she has thrown to the curb, is basically disabled at this moment. Very much so, Earl, but who cares, right?
Yeah, just ignore Earl. He doesn't bring anything to the table at all.
Thank you to Love so much for my he doesn't. He's gonna bring that BS and just no. Yes, taking it too far. Always taking it too far. Don't know when to not. And then tell us that we say things that we shouldn't say. No, we keep it on the for real deal. We just heard her do a I speech, a me speech, talk about herself, and we still don't know what the heck that she was there for. I don't.
Exactly. No, I don't know.
Thank you to Love so much for my super chat.
Thank you to Love.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Can we put some hearts and some fans in the chat for the Love? I'll start it out. Okay, guys, it's been a fast week. I go get a little bit tomorrow. I may come back tonight and do another. If I do, what should we do it on? What is today? Thursday. Yes. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
You can, if you want, you can replay that video I sent you when Meghan did the first twerking.
Oh, okay.
But it's up to you. It's up to you. That was funny. That was really funny. It was me, you, and Dell in the bathroom.
Okay. Yeah.
It's up to you.
I'll bring that up. Yes, I have that. You sent it to me. Yeah, we're gonna do a throwback. Okay. Yeah, we'll do a throwback video, okay, tonight. And
if I'm still awake, I'll come on.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you, guys. Have a good one. Mwah. I'm going to go check on and see if he's hungry. Are you hungry? You know what? I need to make the chicken sandwiches. So I'm going to go cook.
Okay. You're going to enjoy your sandwiches.
Play Thomas Jr.'s In Touch interview. Next time, Earl.
We did that. We did that a long time ago. But yeah.
And I liked it.
Yeah. We did play it. We played it a long time ago.
And if you come back later, we'll play it again. But we're out of here. Mwah. Thank you, Delilah. Thank you, Demon Dictator.
No problem.
Thank you, Marine. And Delove. I think I made my quota. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. Thank you, Marine. Close enough. And Delove. I think I made my quota. Okay. Guys, thank you so much. Oh, she just left. That was a good question. Guys, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm going to go eat. I've been eating and sleeping and eating and sleeping. Okay? That's what I've been doing. Honestly. Maybe me and my husband. She's been subpoenaed? What? Whoa, Dems furious after Pam Bundy briefing on Epstein files. Oh, what happened? Coroner subpoenas Attorney General Pam Bundy over handling of Epstein files. Oh.
I wonder if we could take a moment before you go in to button up last night. I know there are some Democrats who are concerned that the briefing last night might be used as some kind of a pretense for Bondi to not comply with the subpoena. What do you make of that concern?
Well, I think last night was a low point in the Epstein investigation. The way the Democrats behaved, that was clearly a premeditated stunt to go out with their fake outrage. They said Pam Bondi wasn't answering their question. They didn't ask any question. And look, I was embarrassed by the Democrats. There have been things that sadly some of my members have done that have been embarrassing through this process. I'm trying to include all the members in this investigation. But I tell you what, you just have to face the fact that we have a lot of dead weight on this committee. And the behavior of the Democrats yesterday was unacceptable. And, we're going to have to come back and talk as a conference, the majority, to see what we do moving forward. But we had the sitting attorney general and the top brass of the Department of Justice there yesterday to answer questions. And, they were wanting 2D cameras in there, and you know why, so they could show out and get on MSNBC and be outraged. But there's an ongoing investigation. And if you're mature, credible members of Congress leading an investigation, you don't want that televised because you want to get information that will hopefully lead to criminal referrals and lead to accountability. And to do that, you can't do that in public. So we had the sitting attorney general there last night, and they stormed out, and they were outraged. So, look, I don't know how to answer your question because I wasn't expecting that. I thought everyone would be happy that I was able to get the Attorney General come in for a briefing and they pull us stuff like that.
But does that count as a deposition, like in the way that it would if you called someone from a subpoena?
You know, it's a briefing and it's different, but the Democrats say, oh, there's a cover up. Well, talk about it. Ask it. There was not one question from the Democrats. There were from Republicans. And obviously the Democrats had someone secretly tape recording that in there because reporters were going into great detail about, the conversation that I had with Summer Lee and all of that. So that's a violation of the rules too, but I don't care. I stand by what I said. And it's unfortunate that the Democrats, they displayed a gross lack of seriousness that's very concerning moving forward.
Mr. Chairman, do you expect
Talk a little louder, please.
do you expect Mr. Indi to answer questions today before your committee?
I hope so.
And then do you plan to ask him about his arrangements of sham marriages for
We have every question that you all would expect us to ask. I think will be asked in here, and we expect to get some, some legal pushback. But we're going to do everything in our ability to not allow that to happen and try to get the questions answered. So we'll keep you brief throughout the day. Thank you all for being here.
Some fired up members of the Democratic on the House Oversight Committee are speaking now after listening to Attorney General Bondi talking about the Epstein files. Let's listen in.
To our lawful subpoena in a deposition. So instead I asked Chairman Comer if he would compel her to come to our deposition. If she did not come, would he force her to, or if he would move for contempt hearings as he did for other people who did not respond to our subpoena? Instead of answering as an adult, he said that I was bitching, which is, again, something that would not be allowed if we were operating under the rules of this committee, because engaging in personalities is actually something that we are not able to do. If C-SPAN and the public were there, I'd imagine that he would not act that way. Neither here nor there, we expected AG Bondi to be adversarial. We expected her to be confrontational, and we expected her to not offer us much information. But that's why I introduced impeachment articles, because she has already been obstructing justice. She has already weaponized the DOJ. She has already ended investigations into Trump and his allies. She has used this role essentially as one to help the president. She does not.
Some fired up members of the Democratic on the House Oversight Committee
would not respond. She said she'll continue to follow the law. That is not a response.
That they've given us is enough. We already know that they have not complied, and we are asking other people to make sure that we do not let them off the hook right now. So we look forward to her on the record deposition with our committee in response to our lawful subpoena.
I'll say a few more things, and I'm going to open up for questions, and if anyone wants to answer the questions. So just as a review, I think it's very important. This fake hearing, we found out about it yesterday with no time to prepare, with no format given to us. We had no idea what the even format was going to be until just an hour or two before this kind of fake hearing that was set up. And it was clear from the minute it started that the Attorney General is trying to evade and not attend the mandated subpoena that is put in place. We asked her that question. Multiple members asked her the question. She would not respond. She said she'll continue to follow the law. That is not a response. She has a subpoena in place by Chairman Comer. If there's any questions, I'll take those now.
So aside from the questions about the deposition, which I got it, what else have you guys been asking her about? What else has the conversation in the room been about? Because I know you all said you had a lot of questions.
So I'm going to let Congressman Schule.
Yeah, and I support everything that's been said by my colleagues. Remember, our desire to get the Attorney General and Todd Blanche under oath is because we've been faced with lies from the very beginning. Go back to February 21st, 2025. Pam Bondi told us and told the public that the files, the Epstein file client list was on her desk. But then we found out that was a lie. Then she told us that that on July.
Okay, this is what I'm going to do. Because some of you want to watch this. I'm going to strike up another live. And I'm going to play this so you guys can watch it. Okay? But let me shut down Megan.